but all the decorations get thrown in the trash. That's why there's Random Acts of Flowers. RAF collects flowers used at weddings, memorial services, and community events, then repurposes them into beautiful bouquets to deliver to people in healthcare facilities. It's a small and simple gesture, but when you see the smiles on people's faces, it's more than worth it. To learn more, call 847-430-4751 or go online at rafchicago.org.
Playtime with Bill Turk and Carrie Kendall.
So you prepared a 1-minute song.
It's actually a 30-second spot for you.
So we are recording on this, D,
okay.
right?
All right, are we doing it right
it's all
now?
you.
Okay. Bill Turk and Carrie Kendall have a radio show every Sunday 1 to 3 on WCGO. They talk about the arts on AM 1590. It's Playtime with Bill and Carrie. Tune in. Playtime with Bill and Carrie.
Here I come to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House.
This is a radio show for people with problems.
Home improvement problems, that is. Send an email now to robbie@mightyhouse.net or call into the show at 877-711-5611.
From foundation leaks to roof repairs, the Mighty House team is on the job. You're listening to Mighty House.
All right. Testing 1, 2. There we go. Good morning, Chicago. I'm Ron Calgar. The Mighty House team is on the air. Do you work on your $500 computer? How about your $5,000 or maybe $20,000 car? If you don't, is it because you don't know what you're doing? And if you don't repair your own computer or car, why do you think it's okay to work on the most expensive investment in your life? Are you really going to work on your home all by yourself? Why not give us a call and find out if it's something you should try? We can also help you put a game plan together so that you can tackle that home project correctly. With a little help from us, you can make sure your most expensive investment does not turn into your most expensive mistake. You can give us a call right now, open phones, and we'll get your questions in. In the first hour, we'll be taking your calls, and we'll have the Mighty House Tip of the Week with Rich Calgill. In the second hour, again, taking your calls and what everybody sticks around for, Clutter Clarity with Robbie Earhart. And, of course, in the third hour, it's just phone calls and emails and answering all that stuff for you. And whatever else, little things that we might cook up in the next 3 hours. You can give us a call, 877-711-5611. That number again, 877-711-5611. And you can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Mag Erad. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. We are broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. Video clips of the show are available at mightyhouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And our Twitter handle is at Mighty House. And you can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611. And you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can learn more at MrFloor.com.
So in the second hour, we're going to do something different. We're gonna, you know, because the first hour spent with that open.
Yeah. Yes.
That thing's insane.
Yeah, I know. But we got to get all that info out there.
Well, at least you only do it top of the hour one time. And it's funny, you know, I mean, actually, I listen to the radio all the time. Like, I'm not one of those people that gets in the car and puts on Pandora or whatever, streaming.
Right.
I'll actually use TuneIn in my truck when I'm driving across the alley.
Yep.
But I put on my local rock station.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the commercials don't bother me whatsoever. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's so you start noticing that top of the hour breaks. They're longer breaks, they're news breaks, whatever. And it's just like that 5 minutes of they're going along. So this month's tool from Klein Tools, the tool of the month, it's the ST. Where the heck did it just go? Oh, KTB2 portable job site rechargeable battery flashlight.
Yes.
KTB2. I have to do that because whoever put us up on Facebook for today's show has the wrong tool, so I'm going to edit. It says ET310 digital circuit breaker.
Oh,
That's old.
that's last month. Or no, that's
Yeah.
even older than that.
Yeah, so we're going to see more.
Butts?
There we go. All right.
More better?
Keep talking, Ron.
Okay.
Keep going on.
Okay, so since he started off on the Klein Tool of the Month, it is the KTB2, and that is a battery charger. It's a backup battery system to charge all your other devices and your cell phone and stuff, and it's a flashlight. So you've got a flashlight in there, and then you can charge a whole bunch of other devices if you need to with it. So it's just it's designed to be used out in the field and charge things as you need it. So that's
the little baby model they make.
Yes.
You go to their website.
Yep.
I did not realize Klein makes these battery pack / jump starter / tools. They're not cheap either, but they're pretty cool.
That KTB5, that's what I was trying to get for next month. It didn't work, but that is a $600 or $700 piece of equipment. That is not, but you can run your saws. If you go out to a job like you're building a brand new house and you need to have access to run saws or charge batteries and do all that kind of stuff, this thing's designed to do that, and it'll run all day, and it'll run your equipment all day, air compressors and stuff like that. So it's a portable battery backup generator system, but it doesn't have. You just plug it in at night, and it's ready to go in the morning again. So it's pretty crazy. That's a serious piece of equipment there.
Yes.
So, some people they pull up on the job. The first thing you do is you fire up that generator, and you have it running it to generate electricity, and you got to listen to that thing run all day long. And,
yes.
And so this is to replace that. So it's pretty nice. And the same with the gas compressors. It's just having that stuff run all day. It just grinds on you over time.
Right. Oh yeah. No, it does. It gets old. I've got guys on a job yesterday. They're grinding the garage floors because we do the polyurea chip coating on the floors. Well, they have to grind. It's funny. You get the concrete guys out there hard troweling the floor, getting a nice smooth finish, and so they got to pay these guys to grind that off.
Right. To scratch it all up and.
Yeah, so it bonds better and everything. Right. So, but all day yesterday, big generator and their drum sanders or the diamond discs. I got the triple one that just all day in the background. Like, oh, that's getting old.
Right. So that's what that KTB5 is. So if you do a lot of work and you're out, where you need something like that, it'd also be great for if you were camping or you were doing stuff like that. Heading out for the weekend, you keep that in the truck or in the car, and you'd be able to do pretty much anything you want to with that. It's It's pretty nice. So there we go. So Robbie was on mouse patrol. Is that what the text said?
She was mouse wrangling this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently she had 3 in her live trap and only 2 left. So she was trying to shake the third one out.
And it wouldn't come out?
Wouldn't come out. So I told her just put the trap in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd I go?
I don't know.
I plugged my phone in to charge.
Uh-oh. That wasn't good.
Nah, we'll figure it out.
And we're back on the camera audio, too, I think. Sound.
Really?
Yep. It jumped. Yeah, we lost a picture.
So I have you muted right now, so as soon as you're back, just give me a signal.
So there we go. Well, now who do I talk to? Andrew?
You can talk to me. I don't know. I didn't find who TP'd my house. But...
You didn't find any mice in your house?
No, I didn't find who TP'd my house.
Oh, you didn't find out who did that?
No, I didn't.
How did you get all the TP out of the tree?
We just kind of rode it out.
Really?
It fell to the ground, and the landscape crew they were able to pull it down, and we gave them a tip.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. He's good now.
Rich is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just plugged in my phone, so it must have everything's USB, so it must have confused it.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay. So then now that we're on TP patrol, you didn't try lighting them just to see if it would clean it out of the trees, Andrew?
Say it again. I was writing an email. Say it again.
You didn't try lighting them up just to burn them off?
No, my mom was like, that won't go well. Considering how dry our trees are, no.
That's funny.
There you go.
I
got
wrote it out.
I got 4 or 5 emails saying, "Are you an idiot? Why would you want to light
Well,
that?"
that's another thing you can't say on the air is, like the cottonwoods,
Uh-huh.
that snow it makes.
Uh-huh.
That stuff is super flammable. My younger brother, my old house in Oak Forest, I had a huge cottonwood tree behind my garage. So, every spring or summer, it would drop all that white fuzz everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And it would blow, and it'd be all along my driveway, and it'd get caught in the edges of the yard.
Right.
My brother lit it. And it went like gas. That stuff
Really?
burned and went, he started freaking out because it was like, uh-oh, that's not stopping.
Wow. I'll have to try that.
So, yeah, don't do that. It's, it was pretty amazing. It goes up like gas.
Really?
Yeah.
That is really funny.
Scary stuff.
Uh-huh.
All right. Good morning, Robbie.
Ron said Seymour Butts, and you didn't say anything.
Nope.
Nobody said a word.
No. Sometimes I let things go.
Andrew, he said Seymour Butts.
That's not I as the censor.
No, that
No.
He's an
comment.
18-year-old. He's taking the high road too.
Right.
It
So,
deserves
we're adults
a
here.
comment.
so here's the deal.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to
I
jump
didn't
in.
say that. Rich said Seymour.
And you said Butts.
And done. We moved on.
That's like when you would
Yes.
say, shh, your mom would say shh, and you would say
Uh-huh.
it.
Right.
Shh, it.
I've
that okay?
never said that to my mom.
Of course you haven't,
Never.
Andrew.
I've never said that ever in my life.
Hey! Look at that. First segment's done already, Robbie.
I can't believe
This show is going so
you
fast,
said
isn't it?
Seymour Butts, and nobody said anything.
That's right. That's how we roll when you're not here.
Unbelievable.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with some more Mighty House right after this.
Butts.
This is
See more or some
Mighty
more?
House. Mighty House will return.
Come on, Robbie.
It was hysterical. I was laughing. But nobody called you out on it.
No.
It was very, very funny.
See?
And it was funny when Rich said put the mice in the freezer.
Uh-huh. Because, well, you brought them in instead? Okay.
Back.
Okay.
So
Got it.
You can
You found it?
I did. I just can't save stuff in real time, which is I'm gonna have to save it to the desktop, which is A, not secure, and
Right.
B, extremely unorganized. So
Yeah, oh, yeah,
when
we can't
Randall
be
says,
unorganized.
"Oh, why did you save it there?" I'm like, "Cause I couldn't access it." So because he doesn't want stuff outside of the server. That's what I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna talk to Mike about that too, Mike Novak. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. So we're building as we
ISE.
go.
Is it
ISEA Tesla raffle.
ISEA.org?
ISEA. No, IllinoisSolar.org.
Do you ever look at somebody even though you've seen them forever,
Uh-huh.
and you just look at somebody and you go, if I just met you,
Yeah.
I look at that mustache and go, what the heck?
It's Movember.
Yeah, see? Movember. You got to let that thing roll. And now that I'm not riding the bike, the wind doesn't blow in it. Because, if I let it go too long, then the wind, tickles the bottom of my neck. So then I got to keep it trimmed. But now that it's too cold to ride, I'm going to let this baby go.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody has a mustache like that. It's weird.
Yeah, they do.
No, I actually also, if you are a Bears fan and you wear a Peyton jersey, you have to have a mustache like this. You can't have a little scrawny one, and you definitely can't wear a Peyton jersey without a mustache.
Yeah.
Without a mustache like that.
No.
Well, it's illegal. It's a Chicago mustache.
How about this?
This is a proper Chicago mustache.
Because Limu keeps eating the chips on Janine's desk. And her keyboard, and her expense reports, and her stress balls, and
Liberty. Only pay for what you need.
Are you looking for a new ride? Ready to leave gas stations in the dust and speed away down the highway? 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds? Well, here's your chance. The Illinois Solar Energy Association is raffling off a 2019 Tesla Model X, the award-winning all-electric SUV. But you need to get your tickets soon because only 2,500 will be sold. So how do you win? Go to store.illinoissolar.org. That's store.illinoissolar.org. Buy one raffle ticket for $100 or the 4-pack for $300. All raffle proceeds will fully benefit the Illinois Solar Energy Association, a nonprofit working to advance solar energy development throughout the state of Illinois. The winner will be drawn at the ISEA member meeting on December 5th, 2019. Anyone in the continental U.S. is eligible to win, and you don't even need to be present at the drawing to claim your prize. So get your tickets, the rules, and all the other small print details at illinoissolar.org today.
have head lice?
Oh, my goodness.
Not just one, thousands of lice.
Really?
Now the couch has lice.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611
And get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
All right, we're broadcasting worldwide and live 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com.
Central Time.
Central Time. 7 to 10 every Saturday at
8 to 11 Eastern.
mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network.
See more butts.
Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com.
Oh, there's a flaw in my logic. One of my friends down here, she's watching us on Facebook, and she goes, LOL, I wear a Peyton jersey. And that's true. And Linda does not sport a Chicago mustache.
Oh, she doesn't?
Go.
I guess it's a male thing then. I need to clarify that. Sorry, Linda.
Yeah.
And
That's
this is a Chicago thing, having it down like that?
No, he just has to do that because whoever came up with the logo years ago drew it that way, so now he can't you know, the Mighty House logo.
It's
so
just
now he can't change it.
weird. It's just creepy. Again, if it wasn't for the fact that I knew Ron, I would just be like, creepy.
Well, what's
It's not
that?
creepy.
Creepy.
It's the
Mine won't connect there. I can grow here. It
Uh-huh.
won't grow here.
Right on the
So I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I just do this, and then I just cut mine back last week, and then the next day I got an email from the company saying they're doing a mustache contest this month for November. I'm like, really? I had such a head start.
Yeah.
You know, Rich hates when I get texts during the show.
But?
No, I don't.
But Andrew keeps texting me.
Yeah, because you weren't looking at me. I was waving at you.
Really? You had to send her a text to get her attention?
Yeah, that's what he
pretty
does
funny.
lately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So George is all over us this morning.
Okay. What did we do so far? That's wrong?
No. He said it's a good time to talk about humidity levels because, you know, it's in the 20s at night.
Yes.
So we should have a quick discussion about that for the listeners north of here.
North of you. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a cold front coming through, so it's going to be 69 tonight, so all of us are going to be freezing. Yes, 69 tonight.
I think it was 21 when we got up this morning.
Ooh, that's when you stay all comfy.
Yeah.
Rolled up in your comforter.
Yep.
But anyway, no, indoor humidity. So you want to kind of watch that now. You start getting condensation on your windows and things. So make sure you run those bath fans and all that. And then if your house is drying out too much, you know, you get nosebleeds and that kind of thing, or dry skin. That means you've got a lot of air leakage somewhere.
Uh-huh.
So you might want to get that blower door test done and get some air sealing done because that means all the moisture in your house is escaping.
Right.
Because more to less. So if your house is moist and there's dry, cold air, you know, that moisture is going to zoom out of your house right into the atmosphere. So get that air sealing done.
Yes. You can get that done. There's plenty of companies out there that do that. They'll come in and do the blower door test, tell you where your leaks are, and you know, for not a lot of money, you can caulk and seal a lot of parts of the house. You know, and most of them will give you a, you know, biggest bang for your buck list. So you know, wherever these are going to be the cheapest, fastest things you can do, and then get progressively more and more expensive. And also less for your return on investment. So, and on that bottom of that list will be what, Rich?
Insulation.
Windows.
Oh, windows. Yeah, true story there. Yeah, unless the glass is literally falling out of the sashes.
Right.
Replacement windows is probably the biggest waste of money for homeowners.
Yes. Yeah. And you can tell we don't have a window sponsor right now.
I hate the way they advertise that. I mean, down here it's huge too. You know, I mean, obviously, like I have single pane, single hungs.
Right.
I mean, these are about as junky a window as you could possibly get.
Right.
But again, my worst temperature differential, well, there might be a couple of days in a winter where it drops to 40 or something, but temperature differential is usually 15, 20 degrees.
Uh-huh.
It's not a big deal.
Right.
Not like up there. So, but they constantly, oh yeah, save money on energy with this and that. And it's like, no. No.
You're not going to get your money
And most
back.
of the time, the air leakage in a window is from around the perimeter of it.
Right. Yeah, the glass doesn't leak very much.
No. And I tell people that. I mean, even when I was, younger carpenter installing windows and building houses, we used to take strips of insulation and take our chisel and pack it in there around a window.
Sure.
We didn't know better. I learned that is not a good way to insulate a window. What you've done is a beautiful air filter.
Sure.
So, that's why when we started foaming everything and tightening up houses. My houses now consistently test under 3 air changes per hour.
The new buildings you do.
New buildings, so we are adding, we put dehumidifiers in every one of them and outdoor, for ventilation.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and, when you're looking at trying to tighten up your house, the windows will fall to the bottom of the list. And, it's weather stripping in around the doors and the windows. That's what you're really looking for. Cracks, foundation where the house sits on the foundation. There's usually a lot of holes and stuff from pipes going in and out.
That rim joist and the sill plate. Because the concrete's never perfectly flat. And again, we used to put that little roll of insulation, or we had the foam.
Right.
But a lot of times to get the sill plate level, we'd shim it to death.
Yep.
I mean, you could literally have 1/4-inch gap underneath that sill plate, and the only thing that's out on the outside is a piece of siding covering the bottom.
Right.
So, again, one of those things you didn't know any better at the time. Didn't think about it.
Right. That's exactly it. Because that's just the way it was done, so that's the way we kept doing it.
And I hate that phrase.
That's
how we always do it.
You kept saying sill plate, and I was waiting for him to say silcock. Isn't that something? Silcock?
Yeah, that's a hose bib.
It's a hose bib.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Is that loud enough for you, Andrew?
No.
I know.
It went straight to crackle.
It did.
I just brought the fader down.
It
did
go
you, but I
straight
brought
to
it
crackle.
down so it doesn't blow out or limit it.
Which is also a good thing, if you're up in the Chicagoland or area and you're north of Tennessee, probably go outside, make sure that hose is disconnected from the house, and if you've got that hose still connected out there, and it's in the 20s and it freezes, that could freeze the pipes in your house, and of course,
even if it's a frost-proof silcock.
Yep, even though it is, because that'll hold the moisture in that frostless part. And you won't know that you've got a split pipe, though, until spring comes and you go to turn that hose on. And you won't see it outside. It'll look fine, but you'll turn it on.
Flood inside.
And you'll go inside later and find out your whole basement's flooded because you had the hose running outside. So you want to make sure those hoses are disconnected and let that drain. So that's something else that's going on right now, just only because it's 28 degrees outside.
Well, because is what it is. Swamp buggy races tomorrow.
Ooh.
So yes, the group of us are going.
Excellent.
Wow. As we're talking, I just got onto Facebook, and it says from Jeff.
Look who's finally catching up.
I could say that about you like every day. I wouldn't say you're slow, but, as long as we're going there. Anyway, Jeff Kita says, don't forget to discuss the risks of frozen hose bibs.
Beautiful.
I mean, bam.
Just like that.
Yeah. Okay, can this be the Robbie show now? Can we get back to the Robbie show? Okay. So I'm not killing them. So my options now are to destroy my deck, to find out where they're coming from.
Yep, exactly.
So, someone on the line. We could get back to Robbie talk anytime. So let's take a phone call.
Okay. Finish up.
Okay. So I caught yesterday in the morning, I caught 2. Then last night, as soon as I went to bed, like 11 o'clock, I caught 1. I'm like, I got to get up and get it. Got it. And then all night long, I hear, it sounds like this. I'm not kidding. All night long. Fine. So I get up at 3:45 to let the dog out because he gets me up. And then I deal with 3 of them this morning. Okay. We have to tear the deck down.
Do you paint them to make sure you're not getting the same one back?
I was thinking about it. I honestly, honest engine, I was thinking of spray painting them.
Just get some orange spray paint that you could just like spray the back of them and then let them go again. If
I'm not. I don't know if you're kidding or not.
No, I'm not kidding.
But I really am thinking about it.
Yeah.
But literally, the one yesterday was as big as my thumb, and they go in that little space where they get trapped, and they hide in there and they won't come out. But it was this big. I'm like, oh my gosh. So talk to me, we have to destroy my deck. I don't like that
Can't
idea.
you just take out the couple 3 deck boards?
No, because it's at a diagonal, isn't it? Aren't those boards on a diagonal? Or do they? How does your deck boards go on there?
I don't. My
Left to right, front to backer. Diagonal.
They don't run parallel with the building. They don't go boom, 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 boom like this away from the house. They're perpendicular to it, or they're on a diagonal.
I have that thing where sometimes I can't picture faces. I can't.
You can't see what I'm saying.
Isn't that weird?
Uh-huh.
Literally, sometimes I can't picture somebody's face. I can't see things.
Right.
But you could still, even if it's on a diagonal run,
yeah,
you could actually go out there and snap lines at 11 or 15 inches and do a border.
Yes. Yeah, we could do that.
So
too.
that way you could just cut off what's in the way.
I think we have a border.
Yeah, we're going to make it bigger then.
Yeah, because
but that way you gain the access and you can do something.
I'm not going to kill them. I'm sorry. They're so cute and adorable. So I told my husband yesterday. I said, I think I'm going to keep them. And you know what he said?
Pretty good in an air fryer. They only take 8 minutes.
Stop it. What do you think Don said when I said I think I'm going to keep them?
Hell no.
He said, talk to Ron. I said, I think I'll do that tomorrow on the radio.
That's because Don knows I've got his back. That's why.
Talk to Ron.
All right. We'll take a quick break and come back with the Will Report next. You are listening to
Mighty House.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Hey, honey, when are you going to get this list of repairs
okay? What was
I
that?
thought you'd say yes.
When are you going to fix
Keep
that
them.
switch, repair the front door, and stop the sink from leaking?
There's this.
They're little baby ones. I know.
Big.
Yeah. So that's it.
Those would be under 8 minutes.
Rich.
So I think we get you some orange spray paint. But then you got to be able to spray numbers in them too. Like 1, 2, 3. You have somebody got to, or put stripes on them. So the first one gets 1 orange stripe, the next one gets 2 orange stripes, and so forth, just to see if they're coming back.
How do you stripe something this big with spray paint?
Yeah, you have to just
carefully.
Yeah.
Rich, it's as big as my thumb from the fingertip to the knuckle.
That's going to be a number 1.
I actually did buy gold spray paint yesterday.
See? Okay, spray them gold. Perfect.
No, we have to.
And then you're not just releasing them in the yard. You're taking them across the street, down the road.
Across the street. Again, it's 6 in the morning. I'm in my pajamas.
Because they can't run across the street and come back to the house.
They don't know it. They don't remember.
Oh, of course they do.
How?
They got a nose. They know how to get back over to the house.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking them out at 3 in the morning. 6 in the morning. No, I think we have to break it down. Don was out after I caught the first. I catch him every single day, every day. And after the first couple days, he's out with the caulk everywhere. He's caulking things that don't need to be caulked, the threshold, So I'll call Rich and we'll put that on the list. Not you, Rich, the other Rich.
Right.
Text Rich right now.
He's sleeping. Don't wake him up.
So when you enroll in a plan with Walgreens as your
Yes,
preferred
sir.
pharmacy, you know you're saving smartly. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Other plans may be accepted.
You see this hammer in my hand?
Yeah, I'm gonna find that stud finder. What does it look like?
And a level.
What is a level?
Don't you know what a level is?
Yeah, it's something you advance to in a video game.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611
and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
Testing 1, 2. There you go. Join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Maggie Rad. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. Podcasts and previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on HomeImprovementUSA.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. There we go. All right, and also the ISEA, the Illinois Solar Energy Association, they are having a raffle. It runs through November 29th. So the time is running out for you to get your winning tickets. The winning tickets will be drawn on December 5th, 2019. Each ticket's $100. Or you can get a discounted set of 4 tickets for the price of 3, which would be $300. There are only 2,500 tickets being sold, so get your tickets today, because once that 2,500's gone, you will not have a chance to buy them anymore. And the Tesla, they're giving a Model X away. So that's the SUV with the gull-wing doors if you want to look at that. So let's go to the Will report real quick here and bring Will in. Are you there, sir?
Good morning. How you
Good
doing,
morning.
guys?
Hey.
Good. So this week, I'm getting sued.
Excellent.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
But
young couple. Here's the story. Young couple bought a Greystone, and they decided they were going to live in part of it. It's a two-part rental.
Two flat.
And they're going to live in one and remodel the other, and eventually turn it into a single family.
Okay.
And I always listen to your opening where you say, hey, you don't work on your own car or computer. Why work on your own house if you don't know anything about it? But these guys were convinced they could learn everything they wanted off of YouTube.
YouTube University, of course.
Right. So they did their work and got it all renovated and really done nicely. And most of it they did themselves. They had a little bit of help with the trim and stuff. So another young couple who are more affluent come by, and they're kind of friends. They're not really good friends, but they're friends.
Okay.
And they want to buy it, and the other guys want to sell it. The remodelers want to sell it. And so they try to do the transaction without an agent. They just want to have a lawyer.
Sure.
And so I go through and I do the inspection. The place was a real mess. An example, they ran new gas lines because they added, it was radiator, but they put in 2 furnaces, second floor, first floor.
Sure.
All of the gas lines in the wall, they just went and bought a whole bunch of, stove hookups from the hardware store and ran them in the walls.
No.
So
Wait,
just a whole bunch of things,
Can you tell us why that's bad?
That's just the flexi tubing.
Which is illegal, right?
Well, you can do it in short pieces from the wall to the stove. But you need
And it should be a CSST where it's coated stainless steel tubing so that it doesn't just crack and leak.
Yeah.
But even that has to be protected. Usually around here, what they do is black pipe.
Yep.
Which that's and by the way, if you have a water heater or something like that, if it's a stationary thing like a water heater or a furnace, you have to have black pipe going to it. You can't use flexible from the pipe to the appliance.
Right.
Only for movable things like stoves and stuff like that. So anyway, the place is a total mess. And it's just
You get a better
dangerous.
deal on it.
So right. So I wrote it up. Again, they did all the work with no permits and things. I wrote it up, and the buyers violated the contract because they sent the report to the sellers to renegotiate / get stuff fixed. So now the sellers, according to the law, this is why the new 7.
Well, I know that you and Ron and Rich know what you're talking about. So I'm going to ask you, what does it mean to violate the contract? What did they violate?
When you buy a house, you do a contract of sale, and that lays out the terms for the whole transaction. And the new contract 7.0, one of the provisions is that you do not send the inspection report, which is considered a legal document, to the sellers or the seller's lawyer, because if there's anything really big wrong, then that means that they would be notified of it legally, and they'd have to disclose it to the next buyer if the first deal doesn't go through.
Which is only in the state of Illinois.
Right.
So I get an inspection for a house that I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy Ron's house. I get an inspection.
Right.
I find a bunch of stuff wrong. I can't tell Ron?
Correct.
Whoa, wait a minute. I can't tell you what's wrong with your house.
So, listen, your real estate agents can negotiate it back and forth, but if you talk direct, and that's why you have agents basically to keep you at arm's length. And so anyway, the sellers now are aware of this. The lawyer informed them of this, so they're suing me. and I'm coming back saying, number one, I don't have any duty of service to you.
Right.
Number two, I was representing my clients. Number three, I didn't send you the reports.
Right.
Okay. And my lawyer, who's now my daughter, passed the bar. Yay!
Congratulations.
Free legal help.
Yes.
I passed the bar, but then I went back.
Yeah, I know. I ain't drinking no more, so that's a fun story.
So I'm confused as to why they're suing you.
Because they can.
Because they have to sue somebody.
Sure.
You didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Because
nobody still
quite
has
frankly,
to get an attorney
they were stupid idiots and tried to do all kinds of work for themselves. They had no idea what they were doing. They screwed it up. They never want to admit that they're wrong, and it's just a mess. And that's why you have real estate agents, because they know how to do stuff. That's why you have inspectors. That's why you have lawyers. You don't have lawyers in most of the country for real estate transactions.
Right. Only in the state of Illinois.
No,
but
that's
I
all
think
we
you
do down
should.
here. We don't typically. You don't in Florida. You don't really use title
Right.
companies like you do, but they're not as big. You go through your attorneys, and then you just kind of go to an office. So
Right.
it's very attorney here also.
Oh, is it down there?
And most
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Most of
You
the
wanna
work
buy
up here
swampland?
for the real estate lawyer is done by the buyer's agents, because they get paid by the buyer, but they also get paid by the title company, because the title company is paying them to make sure the title's clear.
Right.
And I always say, like my daughter she and her husband bought her house down in Florida there up by Jacksonville, and I said, get yourself a lawyer. But her agent says, no, get yourself a lawyer.
Yep.
Because if anything goes wrong, you've got somebody with big insurance that you could sue. Okay? And so they finally did.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm not trying to be bad, but you want somebody in there who actually knows what they're doing, as opposed to some person who studied for 20 hours and passed the real
Well, it's
estate
not just that, Will. I mean, down here the rules are different, and you don't know the rules. So
Yeah, I know.
when you buy a lot down here, and you know, like when I bought my first lot, I asked for a survey. They don't do that down here. They gave me something which was a copy that was 15 years old of the plat of subdivision, which sort of outlined it, but it's not a legal document. So that's unusual here. On residential on a house, you would get a survey. But lots, they don't typically do that. So that's how you end up buying swampland in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, and it's Chicago, you know. You got a problem with that, you know. Joey Bag of Donuts is going to talk to you. So you always want to have a lawyer. So as like in My Cousin Vinny, he represents the Utes.
Right.
Okay.
The two Utes?
Anyway,
two Utes.
Yeah.
The two Utes.
So that's my. I spent a good 3 or 4 hours this week just arguing with people that they're.
Do you know how bad this society, though? It's so litigious. We have a house where a homeowner's not happy, and so they're blanket suing everybody that worked on it, including the surveyor.
Right.
Oh, geez.
For an air quality issue. So this guy's had to hire an attorney to defend himself, against a frivolous lawsuit. And when this thing comes to a head, I hope this guy loses and pays everybody's legal fees, because they are big on in Florida.
Oh,
Loser
really?
pays.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's an all-electric house with a carbon monoxide problem. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that.
The only way they
that's
can have
my
that
week.
is to leave the car
Hopefully
running.
Right.
All right, well, man.
Hopefully yours
Thanks,
is
man.
better. Have a good one.
All right, bud.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you. There we go. Yeah. So that happens a lot, when you're buying a home, especially if it's in a different state. And if you're buying a home in Illinois, you can't the buyer just can't send that inspection report or to the seller. So the seller needs plausible deniability of what's wrong with their house, which seems crazy, but that's the legal system here in the state. So and I understand why they're doing it. If there's something majorly wrong with your home, one, you would probably want to know about it, but two, once you know about it, now you have to disclose it to the next buyer, or you have to pay to have it fixed. So, that's
no,
part
and
of
like he said, that was kind of a newer change with the
that's just coming
contract
up now.
7.0.
Yep.
And like I said, the home inspection stuff is pretty big down here as well. I mean, we have actually some of the houses they'll bring 3 or 4 guys.
Oh, really? Well, that's because the homes are so
too
big.
One guy's not going to do it. You know what I mean? Plus, you got the OSHA rule. If you're going into confined space, somebody's got to be there to make sure you come out of the attic.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep. That's it.
I don't know.
Yes, Robbie.
I just want to give the number 877-711-5611. I'm still very confused on a lot of this. And Will is in the group of you two, not you two, of the two of you, in that.
Does he play bass? Or
you talk.
Is he the piano player?
Above my head,
Uh-huh.
you know? So I still don't understand why, if I find something wrong with the house, Ron is telling me that I can't tell Ron. I still don't get that. That's okay. If anybody wants to call 877-711-5611 and tell us if this has happened to you. And it's only in Illinois, which I don't know.
Right. Other states have different real estate laws that you need to follow. So he's talking about this here. And in Wisconsin, don't need a lawyer.
Wouldn't you want to know if there was something wrong?
I don't think. I mean, I've done enough real estate deals that I know how the process works.
Yeah.
But I would never do it without an attorney present, and it's usually $300.
Yep.
It's not like you're paying them $10,000 to represent you to review the documents.
Yep.
I mean, it's just silly not to use an attorney.
Yeah, and I think it's up in Wisconsin where the title company is
I'd
the
always
lawyer
use
also.
an attorney. I don't like the brokers. I don't need a realtor.
Yeah, there you go.
Captain Obvious.
We're going to take a quick break and come back with the tip of the week next.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Oh. That was a good one, Rich. Coming back with the tip of the week next. Oh, we are? Oops.
And you want
I
me
got
to
it
put
here.
that intro in the videos, right?
What's that?
That intro that you sent me, you want that on all of the videos, right?
What's that?
That intro video, that video you sent me.
When?
Of your sponsors. I can pull it up.
I did?
Or was that in a dream or something?
It must have been in a dream.
Lead in, I think is what it's called.
Okay, you find it and let me see it.
Yeah, lead in. If you don't own it, fake it. Gotta love it. The web might do well as a Facebook lead into one of our smart commercials.
No sign up required.
Oh, no. No.
Internet FM.
No.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's for Smart 265.
So what do I do with it?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll flag it so I can come back to it. But I literally thought I dreamed that.
I did too, because I had no clue what you were talking about there for a minute.
That makes two of you.
49 seconds.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out. No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms
come
just
on!
don't go
Oily stool!
People are eating breakfast!
The good
Come
news,
on!
It's manageable. But
I want to know how you determine
diagnosis. You have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms. Visit identifyepi.com.
I guess it just slides.
And use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Napa know-how. Now at Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers. Buy a 2-pound
God.
Vision Brilliant
Yeah.
Robbie's getting really nasty. It's a good thing the mics were off.
Because when you put safety first,
Damn.
equipment shouldn't be second rate. So upgrade to Napa
What happened?
Vision Brilliant headlamps and get a pair of Proformer wiper blades free.
I have to finish this email, and I keep making spelling mistakes.
All right, here we go.
I need bigger buttons.
Yes.
Some restrictions apply while supplies last. Offer ends 12/31/19.
Am I on or no? Can anybody
You see this hammer in my hand?
Finder, what does it look like?
And a level.
What is a level?
Don't you know what a level is?
Yeah, it's something you advance to in a video game.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
Great job, Andrew. Hopefully that went out over the air, too.
No, it didn't. I had my mic off, but we had there
bummer.
was a 60-second cart in there and 30 seconds played. That was not my mistake.
Hi, Enoch.
I didn't swear though. You're lucky
No,
I
you didn't. No, you didn't. Although it was great. Oh, shoot, you're on. Go. That should have been on the air. You should keep your mic on the air at all times.
Even for cues, you
Yes.
want to hear those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, just leave it on. For everything. We need to hear you.
Okay, cool.
All right? That's good. All right, we're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is @MightyHouse. Klein Tool of the Month is the KTB2 portable job site rechargeable battery and flashlight. So give Trixie a call at 877-711-5611. Your name will go into the Mr. Floor tote bag, and at the end of the month, we'll have a drawing. And if we draw your name, you will win it, and we'll drop that into the mail for you. So that is the KTB2 portable job site rechargeable battery from Klein Tools, and it also has a flashlight in it. If somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, to actually get a picture of that Klein Tool of the Month,
I would go to mightyhouse.net, click on the Contact Us page, you put in your first and last name, your email address, scroll on down and click on Boom, done.
just like that. Boom, done. It's taken care of.
Yes.
All right, cool. And are we ready for the tip of the week?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I sound distracted?
Yes.
Yes.
You were making phone calls early this morning.
Hey, he's got work to do, man.
Yeah, I think I made my deadline, though.
Oh.
I actually have guys coming out Monday to the job, and I have final clean scheduled for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Uh-huh.
And furniture's coming next week, so I'm good. My only thing I have to get over are those pesky inspections.
Oh, nice. So you're standing out there all day waiting for them to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do the tip of the week because it's about that.
If rumbling and cracking sounds are made by the water heater or there never seems to be enough hot water, stop by the Water Heater Warehouse in Northbrook and talk with Bob. He has a full line of A.O. Smith professional line water heaters with what, Rich?
With magnesium anode rods.
And he doesn't cheap out and install the what?
The aluminum anode rods.
That can gel up and sludge, and he's actually got video on his Facebook page, and now I've shared that to ours. So you can see how fast they start to sludge up and get nasty. So with Bob from Northbrook, everyone gets wholesale prices at the Water Heater Warehouse in Northbrook. It's right across the street from Glenbrook North High School. And you can give Bob a call at 847-564-4448. That number again, 847-564-4448. And if you want to know if you need a new water heater, he can help you with that. Or you just may need some Maggie Rad. And he has the Maggie Rad in the 2-pound family size. It's all approved by all water heater manufacturers. And you can find it at, Rich?
Menards. And there's like 410 of them.
That's right. So Bob as the Water Heater Warehouse, 847-564-4448. And here we go.
Okay, Sparky.
Ready then. So, as I alluded to before he did the reintroduction, this is sort of about building permits, inspections, and getting your CO. So, like whether you're a CO, a certificate of occupancy.
There you go.
And half the time we're going for TCO,
uh-huh.
which is your temporary certificate of occupancy, so we can furnish the house or model, but nobody's moving in.
Got it.
Which is what buys you time to get through the inspections.
And take care of the little ticky-tack things.
Well, let's say, yes, ticky-tack things, but when you're on a 3-acre property and they want an as-built grading plan after sod, and then they have comments to make, it could take a month.
Huh. Okay.
So, you're worried. They're sodding right now as we speak, and yet I have to go contend with this. So I literally can't get a full CO for a month. Not going to happen.
Right.
We will be moving in. But I'm saying is whether you're a seasoned veteran or if you're just kind of new to construction, permitting, inspections, and finals are quite a process. So, it seems simple enough. I mean, I remember most of the stuff that we built up in Chicago. You literally, went in with your drawings and that. You might have markup or whatever occasionally, and then you get your permit. You have a footing inspection, a wall inspection. You have your rough inspections, and your finals. You're pretty much done.
Yep.
Yeah, no, not down here. We have inspections for our inspections. and they just keep packing stuff onto it. So I had my plumbing service inspection, which was looking at the backflow preventer.
Okay.
Which of course we put out in the front yard because it doesn't freeze here.
Right.
So that was good. So once they passed that, they gave me the meter inspection to the utility department. They dropped off a box and a water meter. So now we have to make final connection, and we have that inspected.
Okay.
So they came out and they did that inspection, my water service inspection. And they said, everything looks great, but we can't pass it because you don't have a permit for the backflow preventer.
But you had it inspected.
So I have 12 permits on this job. We have plumbing going to 4 different structures on this property. And none of this covers the backflow. Well, no, it wasn't on this drawing. So if it was on this drawing, so basically they needed the cut sheet, the manufacturer's description of that backflow preventer to check it against. So now I'm waiting on that. So I don't have water at the house because they don't let you turn the water onto the house until you're almost done. That way you got to have a completed house to flood.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, if there's a problem somewhere. So that's always one of the things. So, but you could save a ton of time if you just go to the city and ask for the rule book.
Right.
In other words, find out their process. You know, every city is a little different.
A lot different.
And just sitting there talking with either the building department, you know, the building commissioner, the head building inspector, anybody, you know, or even somebody that's a permitting processor.
Yep.
Talk to them about the process. You know, understand where you have to go with all this, and then you can actually keep records. So it's easier.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And some municipalities will actually give you a checklist so that you can actually go in and ask for a checklist, and they'll give you a list of what they need for what types of permits, like kitchen or addition or a new construction, and then they give you a inspection sheet of when you need to have it inspected and by whom. So that way you've got a flow chart to follow. So
yeah, and it's one of the things that causes the problem here is that our permit cards, so down here all inspections are numbered. And if you do this long enough, then you'll know. But like a rough framing inspection is a 107.
Okay.
So they don't tell me, they're not calling for a rough framing inspection, they're calling my 107.
Uh-huh.
Well, on the permit card, all of the numbers are there.
Okay.
You know, nobody highlighted the ones I needed and didn't need. You know, you're supposed to just know this stuff, and it's just, some of it is extremely confusing. It's crazy. But like I said, most of it, every municipality being different, you just got to learn it, and you know, you go through it.
Right.
And the other thing is, don't ever skip your final inspections. Make sure you do that.
Yes.
Because having a property with an open permit can create a huge hassle when you try to sell the property.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people will skip their final inspection thinking that way it doesn't get turned to the tax assessor. That backfires.
No, they still reassess every 3 years.
Exactly.
So
there you go. Just get some help from the building department.
that's right. They're willing to help if you ask. So
Yes.
And it's better to work with them than against them. So all right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
All right, we're clear. Hour one.
Ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide
Test. There we go.
What's
Everybody's
wrong?
back up. Huh?
Was there something wrong?
You can roll back those commercials too a little bit if you want. There you go. Perfect. So there we go. You all good? Yeah? Okay. We'll set up do an email. I got it right here.
You have an email?
Yeah, I've got it in the just to give us something to talk about for the next segment.
Okie dokie.
And it looks like we might have some phone calls coming in too. So
Good.
let's see what that's all about.
I'll be right back.
I'm going to set up for next hour already.
Dang.
Wow.
Instead of waiting until the first break to realize I don't have anything loaded. I wonder if this will set anything off. Green Acres is
the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
New York is where I'd rather stay.
So do you think YouTube's going to kick us off for this one too?
Probably. That's no problem.
I get all the notifications for all the songs we play throughout the show.
Give me Park Avenue.
The chores.
The stores.
Fresh air.
Times Square.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, city life.
Green Acres, we are there.
Oh, wow, it just repeated. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, they give you an instrumental on the end of it. I've never played it that far.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that version of it.
Yeah. So how is your place coming then? So we were talking about the windows. Do you have all your permits yet?
Oh, God, no.
Really?
I need to get some dollars, figure out, because a permit's about $45,000.
Dude.
Well, permit and impact fees.
Dude.
The permit's like $8,000. And then the impact fees are 20 for plumbing or for sewer and 20 for water, roughly.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. Dude.
Yeah, I know.
That is
well,
insane.
As I said, it's stupid when you think about it. Like, so I know I got to build on piles. Let's call that $20,000. You got to have a irrigation system by code. You have to have that. So that's
that is stupid.
You have to have, all these. It's insane.
Why do you have to waste water?
Because they won't allow artificial lawns or stone anymore. They want grass. And then they're complaining down here because of the water quality, because so much fertilizer is getting into the Gulf that is causing,
blooms and
algae blooms and stuff.
Yeah.
But then you live on an island that mandates it. Oh, then they mandate you have to have grass, you have to have irrigation, but they also ban fertilizer. I have to pull a permit to fertilize my lawn.
Oh my God. So you're putting chicken poo all over it then, right?
Yeah, too much in that too.
Okay. All right, we got a call for you, Rich, about the water service.
Yeah.
There's a.
Okay.
I don't know. He wants to talk to you about it for whatever reason. So that call, we'll take that call when we get back. Okay, so again, you're forced to put in a irrigation system, and you have to have green grass. Then, is that it?
Well, they don't really ticket you for it being brownish, but obviously, if you spend all the money and put in grass, you want it to look nice. You have to water it 2-3 days a week, and.
But then but you're on sand, right? It's just sand and a coral reef, isn't it?
Yes. No, and even like my lawn, I've been here 6 years, and if you go out there, we cut the grass once or twice a week. If you go out there and pull the grass up, there's no dirt.
It's just
which, like you would think when grass decays, it would create dirt, right?
Right.
That's organic material. Nah, it's stand. I don't know where the dead grass goes. I think it evaporates. It makes no sense. You would think if you have a lawn, you'd have dirt. At some point, you will have dirt. Yeah.
So do you then spread out a layer of like topsoil to plant the grass
dirt.
in?
No,
you just leave the sand.
Special sand. I don't know. Magic sand. It is crazy.
That is not right.
No. Damn it. So I got somebody that's complaining to me because Buildertrend keeps sending them reminders on a warranty item. I'm like, well, you never accepted it, so it's reminding you to accept it. I go, next time, just accept the appointment when you were going to go do the job, and it won't send you reminders.
Consider this your personal invitation to join us Saturday mornings at 10 for Mindful Money, brought to you by At Financial, a full-service financial services brokerage specializing in comprehensive, holistic financial planning. Whether you're just starting out in your career, growing your family, or planning your exit strategy into retirement, we've designed Mindful Money to guide you every step of the way. So join Sam McElroy and the team from At Financial for Mindful Money, Saturday mornings at 10.
Hey, it's Fred and Justin from Gabby Road with Hannah, Fred, and Justin. And as we like to say,
hey, Justin, stop the promo. We're missing Hannah.
Don't worry, she'll be right here every Sunday morning with her cup of coffee.
Gabby Road with Hannah, Fred, and Justin. Sundays at 11 a.m. on WCGO AM and FM or around the world at WCGORadio.com. Listen to past episodes on your favorite podcast app or at SmartTalkRadioNetwork.com.
Here I come to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House.
This is a radio show for people with problems.
Home improvement problems, that is. Send an email now to robbie@mightyhouse.net or call into the show at 877-711-5611.
From foundation leaks to roof repairs, the Mighty House team is on the job. You're listening to Mighty House.
All right, I'm Ron Calgar. The Mighty House team is back with hour 2 of the show. You can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Maggie Rad. That's MAG-ERAD. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. We're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com, and on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. Video clips of the show are available at mightyhouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And our Twitter handle is @MightyHouse. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611. And you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can learn more at MrFloor.com. And the Klein Tool of the Month is the KTB2 portable job site rechargeable battery and flashlight. And all you need to do is call Trixie at 877-711-5611. Tell her you want to be on the list. She'll take your name and information and drop it into the Mr. Floor tote bag. At the end of the month, we'll have a drawing, and you could win that KTB2 portable job site rechargeable battery with flashlight from Klein Tools. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich?
Go over to mightyhouse.net. Click on the Contact Us page. Just put in your first and last name, your email address, scroll on down, and click on Boom Done. And you'll be in the know every Friday.
That's
who's going to be on the show. And links like to Klein Tools for the KTB2 and for the Tesla ISEA raffle. All those links are right there on the newsletter.
Yeah, you click on those.
And that's all we're doing. We'll send that once a week. That's it. Not tons of junk mail.
Nope.
Hate junk mail.
Yep. It's once a week, just letting you know what we're up to.
Yeah.
And giving you contact information for stuff we talk about. So there we go.
Yes. It's important. Okay, then.
So let's, should we go to the phones there, Andrew? Yes? No? Maybe? You want to do that?
Sure. We got Rob from Northbrook.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Rob, you're on Mighty House. Thanks for hanging on.
Hey, guys. Hey, I was listening before the commercial. I just jumped into my truck, and Rich, I think, was talking about before they don't turn the water on in Florida, or is it just in a town? Before
This particular town. No, this particular town, you actually have to be like within a day of getting your certificate of occupancy before they'll let you turn the water on. So we pressure test everything with air.
Really?
Yeah. The problem is not whether it's not really that we're worried about leaks because we pressure test the lines before we do it. The bigger concern, quite honestly, is the hassle during construction. They will let us put a meter on a fire hydrant so we have water for construction, but it's insane. You should see our job site. I've got 5 acres I'm building these 2 properties on. In the middle is a fire hydrant that we had to put in, and I have a meter on there. It looks like a watering hole for like in Africa, with everybody trying to get water out of this thing. It's insane, some of these villages.
Yeah. And what kind of plumbing do they put in the house? Is it copper or is it PEX?
No, Uponor. It's PEX.
Uponor?
Uponor, yeah.
Uponor is a brand, but it's
Uponor.
Yeah, cross-banded polyethylene PEX.
So
So
like
it's
a
plastic
pipe.
tubing. Yeah, it's plastic, but it's not like CPVC. This comes in long rolls, like 200-foot rolls. So you roll it from A to B, and then where you have to make all our transitions, though, once we come through the concrete, they will use copper for the stub out. So if you open up the base cabinet, you'll see copper because you don't want to attach to the Uponor. So that stuff works better.
Yeah. Okay.
Underground
No,
is
I was
great
just-
because the pros and cons, right? The plastic leaches some chemicals, which they say can be hazardous. So, but it's no worse than having lead in joints. And you got me on a topic. Bob's going to send me a dissertation now. Thank you. It's all good, Bob. I'll read it. But yeah, it's a different world.
What town is that, by the way? Out of
Wellington.
curiosity.
Wellington, which is
Wellington?
just
Okay.
west of West Palm Beach. The village of Wellington. They're crazy.
Wow, that is crazy. Well, thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I almost lost my coffee on that one.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
No, I know.
They don't have water on the job site.
No.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it is.
So, but
You have to wash. There's painting, there's taping, there's all this
And it's
stuff.
not
We
just
need
that.
water.
I have a house that's 99.9% done, and I can't pebble the pool because I can't fill the pool because I don't have running water. And the finishes they use sometimes, the epoxy finishes, if you don't put water in them right away, they will discolor. They'll stripe. So you have to fill them immediately. So I'm sitting here with this beautiful house with a net over the pool still because I don't have enough water. So obviously I'm going to pull it from the temporary meter.
Right.
But it's just, they're brutal.
what a pain.
You
All right.
got
Well,
it.
thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Hey, Rob, it makes you feel better about the jobs that you're taking care of around here,
yeah.
right? It's like, okay, now we got it easy.
I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like going, how do you tape anything? How can you do anything without water?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
I know.
That's just,
And like I said, hopefully nobody hits something or, the
Right.
plumber has all of his valves tight. Because that's the thing, we turn it on, you got to run around and go check everything.
Right.
Wow.
And the other thing is like you got all the walls closed up. So
Yeah.
you have any kind
Well,
of
it's
a
okay
leak,
because it's only a
that you didn't-
6-bedroom, 9-bath house plus the guest house or the caretakers, and then I have the stables.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you got the whole thing all closed up, and I mean, air testing works fine. But what are you running around putting like water with soap solution on it to check all the fittings?
Well, I mean, if you
how do you do
pressurize
that?
the system, and if it drops pressure, you have a leak somewhere, you got to go look for it, right? It's insane.
Gotcha.
excellent. All right, thanks
All
for
right,
the phone call, Rob.
Well, have a
Thanks
nice
for the
day,
call.
guys.
All right, bud. You too. So there you go. And that's just like I get a call to do a job in Arlington Heights, and it's like, oh, my God, because I know what I'm up against versus the city of Chicago or other towns. Great. Yeah, I'll go pull a permit. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, the suburbs that I worked in, and I did a couple of jobs in the south side of the city, and they were fine. They're fairly normal inspection routine and, getting your paperwork. And, the other thing, too, now this in Wellington that they did to us is they changed their computer system 6 months ago.
Uh-huh.
So they were like, well, we don't have any record of this inspection. I'm like, well, it's your system, and we can't figure it out either. They don't mesh. In other words, they didn't import all their old data.
Uh-huh.
So now they're like, well, you're missing this. Like, no, you're missing this. We did it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done this.
Right.
It's fun.
Yes, Robbie.
Who you got in there? Who
exactly.
stopped by?
What's going on? You're supposed to tell us when people come in.
We were finishing the
Ash.
topic.
No,
I was
mean, like,
I was
you're
just sitting
supposed
quietly. No, it's all good. I
Tell
mean,
us, like,
it was
when
an
you
interesting
call
topic.
people to come in.
I was wondering why there wasn't a water buffalo brought in for to fill the pool. That way you're not wasting metered water, which has to be more expensive.
Oh.
But I was just
No,
listening.
we actually will do that on some jobs, but it's actually easier to use clear water, processed water.
Oh, okay, cool.
See?
Good morning. Good morning.
When did you know Ash was coming in?
When he walked in the door right here.
Oh, I thought this was set up.
I sent him a note, said, hey, if you got time, stop by. But I never heard back from him. So and then when I saw him walk in, I go, oh, cool. Ash is here.
Very nice. Good morning.
Over by there.
Over by there.
Good
over
morning.
by there. Well, you live over by here.
I do. Absolutely. Right around the corner.
Right.
So what are you doing today?
I'm coming in because the boss said stop by.
Yeah. Hey, stop by.
So, no, it's all good. Actually, I'm here because I wanted to say hi and talk about Veterans Day and the Marine Corps birthday.
Oh, see? There you go. See, he's good. He's good about it.
So, just a happy upcoming birthday to all my fellow Marines out there.
Hoorah.
Thank you. Hoorah. And to all the veterans, just want to say that we're all here at Mighty House thinking about you guys and gals, and really, really appreciate the brotherhood and sisterhood of service there. And what else? So on a light topic, military veterans have twice the suicide rate of the general population. So if you're out there in Radio Land and you love, like, are acquainted with a veteran, make sure that if you see something, say something. If people are not acting the way they always normally act, if they're not their normal crusty curmudgeon-y self, then you should probably have a conversation with the group.
There's a lot of support services out there for those people.
Absolutely.
There is help. There's a lot of help out there for them.
Yep.
It's not like the 60s and 70s with people coming back from Vietnam.
Right.
Where they were tossed away. So.
Yep.
All right, let's take a quick break. We got Ash in the studio. We'll talk more right after this.
Good morning. This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Attention all timeshare owners.
I want to continue the veteran thing because there are so many places that give free meals.
Yeah, I was gonna get to the Veterans Day benefits. I have it.
Oh, you do already? I gave you it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're in my Facebook world now too.
Oh, cool. So do you want like a picture of yourself?
Are you sporting the Air Force hat today,
okay.
Rich?
I am.
Thank you.
See, and he's sporting the Air Force hat today too.
Yes, I never served, but I know I didn't serve, but I love airplanes, so I always had this hat, and I don't wear it. I don't wear it in public anymore because I've had people say, "Oh, thanks for your service," so I don't wear it out in public now.
Yeah.
But no, it's just cool. But I can't wear the Bears hat anymore because their season ended last week, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yes.
So it's funny, like everybody's like, "What are you doing next Sunday?" I go, "I'm going to swamp buggy races."
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, we're going to go up here and watch the Bears game." I go, "Well, you're wasting your time. I'm going to swamp buggy races. I'll start watching the Bears again next year." Oh, they don't do preseason anymore, so I'll watch game 1 next year, and I won't buy anything that is logoed or anything. I will not support them at all till they put product on the field.
There you go.
Because it is a business. I treat it that way. You don't buy a losing lottery ticket, so why watch the Bears?
Ooh.
Wow. That's a fair weather fan if I ever heard one.
Oh, that's it. He is off.
Oh,
the
no, it's still
bandwagon.
my team. I just don't waste my time watching them until they get better.
Uh-huh. See, and I thought maybe it's because I was paying attention to him. Do you want me to play something?
Lisa and I built your room. But I don't like this clown. I wouldn't take it down if I were you. It's a load-bearing poster.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
All right, you can follow us on Facebook by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is @MightyHouse. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can learn more at MrFloor.com. All right, and if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how can they do that?
Oh, you go to mightyhouse.net, go to the Contact Us page, first and last name, email address, scroll on down, and click on Boom, Done.
Boom, done, just like that. And Ash Nissan, the Northside Home guy, is in studio with us.
Good morning.
So if you need a real estate agent, he can get you squared away and pointed in the right direction.
What number should they call if they have a question
Just
this
look
morning?
up Northside Home guy.
I mean, like right now.
877-711-5611.
Yeah, if you've got any home prep, sale, buying, market questions, give a call to...
877-711-5611.
Are you guys familiar with McCormick and Schmick's Steakhouse?
Yeah, absolutely. Good product there.
Mm-hmm. On Sunday.
I think it's one N, is it not? There you go. He got it.
On Sunday.
Sunday!
Vets of the U.S. Military, National Guard, Gold Star parents, and Gold Star spouses get a free entree on Sunday. Like you can get tender beef medallions, mashed potatoes, and seasonal vegetables. Oh my gosh. Or you can get like Parmesan crusted chicken or beer battered fish and chips or shrimp scampi. Hello, there are so many vet specials this weekend.
Yeah. There. I'm on a message board with other vets, and there's dozens and dozens and dozens of places. Like IHOP, Applebee's.
IHOP, you get red, white, and blue pancake special.
A ton of places, and I just a thought. Just a reminder that we're really grateful to those businesses that are out there that do this for veterans. Some of them, some of us really need, some veterans are hungry and need a free meal.
Sure.
And
some need a house.
Yeah.
Some need a job.
Yeah. And so, if you have a small business and it's a small way to give back, a lot of veterans have IDs from the VA or have their DD-214. There's some great businesses out there. I know Walgreens is giving 20% off on Veterans Day to all veterans, and actually they're extending it to their immediate family. Just wanted to say thank you to those businesses that are out there supporting veterans.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, if anybody wants more information, I found a USA Today article, and it lists like Red Lobster, Red Robin, I meant just in the R's right there, obviously, Outback, Panera, Noodles and Company, Naf, which I like Naf. There's the McCormick and Schmidt's, Max and Irma's. I mean, there are just tons of places here, Dunkin' Donuts, all kinds of places. All they offer Giordano's Pizza. And a lot of these, like Giordano's, is an ongoing 20% discount on food orders for vets and military personnel. So, I'm sure you guys knew this, but I didn't know this.
Well, there's also some, it's good to see this flip side of the way veterans are treated today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's almost, it was the needle was way over here in the 70s, 80s, where it was like almost like once you were done, you were thrown away.
Right.
And now it's to the other side where there's all these programs, and there's just so much for veterans to do, or people that support them if they want to reach out and try and find the help. The needle's really swung to the other side.
And I want to say to people who are business owners, if you're thinking about hiring, you want somebody that's got management skills, hire a veteran.
Yep.
I mean, you're put into a situation, you're trained for situations where, you've got to do with what you have and execute a mission that whether or not you agree with is irrelevant. You're out there to execute on behalf of your country, and people do it with distinction and honor every day. You won't do poorly if you hire yourself a veteran.
There you go. Boom, done.
Free coffee at Starbucks.
Well said.
White Castle. I mean, come on. I'm sorry. These
Castle?
are things that excite me.
But I do want to say
White
this.
Castle.
I want to say this to all the veterans out there. Do please remember, because this was a thing on the message board, do please, tip your servers, whatever the meal was worth.
Tip them for that.
Tip them for that value. They're there. They earn minimum wage. Actually,
less than.
They earn less than minimum wage on the notion that they're making money on their tips. So, a token of gratitude, expression of gratitude for the honor that you're being given, is also important. Reciprocal.
Right. Okay.
Yay.
So now let's turn on to some different topic here.
What's going on? What's on your mind, Ron?
Real estate.
Oh, that.
And we were talking about this in the first hour, where because Will called in and said that the buyer sent the inspection report to the seller.
Will Decker.
Yeah.
Got it.
And now there's some issues because now the homeowner knows, and I guess there's a new law where you can't send the inspection report to the homeowner without their knowledge, without them requesting it or something like that.
Yeah. So putting on my real estate hat for a minute, the idea is that the homeowner ostensibly doesn't want to know legally from a contractual perspective. Because if they know, then it creates obligations on them.
Right. And they have to disclose it for the next
And that's exactly what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's only Illinois, too. I know other states don't do that.
Illinois has a lot of things that other states don't have.
Right. So now, I mean, with this tight, it seems like it's a really tight real estate market. Are there pockets that are moving still? Are there areas that are moving? But at least from my perspective, what I see, it's like everything's just kind of just sitting.
You know, that's what the conversation is at our firm, which is Dreamtown.
Right.
Dreamtown Realty has over 400 brokers, and there's a lot of that conversation going around. If you read the local rag, which is the newspaper for the real estate profession, Inman News, they'll say the same thing. And there's actually articles out there. I just saw one the other day about how to recession-proof your business. And so what we're seeing is just a lot of risk loaded into the economy, and that translates into sort of people kind of keeping their powder dry. So we're definitely seeing an atypical slowdown in the fall market. And I don't like to talk about the Chicago market because it's probably 100 different micro markets across several different asset classes. So is it like a low-end condo or a high-end condo, a starter home or a luxury home, like Rich out there builds? Is it are we in in the city proper? Is it is there development going on in that micro market in the city, or is it really kind of more kind of mid-age or late stage, and it's starting to degrade in terms of like what the investment in that local community. And so there's a lot. It's hard to paint a broad brush though, because there are micro pockets that are still performing well. But overall, if you looked at the Chicago metro area, overall we're starting to see a downturn. That's not the normal fall cycle downturn.
No, and I think a lot of that we've noticed that too, and a lot of people have said that, and it's not just because interest rates are good and this and that, but they're saying it's obviously with the 2020 election coming up, people are really concerned about what's going to happen because the market's at an all-time high, things like that, and the market could crash the day after the election just because there's so many variables like that. And yes, what we build, we consider ourselves a somewhat insulated market because none of our buyers have mortgages. They just wire the cash.
Right.
So it's a different market.
Unbelievable.
And they're not
Unbelievable.
And they're not building
anymore. Can I stay in Chicago and find that market?
Yeah. Yeah. So
well, no, and actually Chicago's dwindling. You guys are getting taxed out of the state. I mean,
Well-
there's so many more reasons to live here. Even if you had to file bankruptcy, they can't touch your house here.
Okay.
That's why you will buy a multi-million-dollar residence as your residency. If you had to go BK, you could give up all your debt, but you still can't lose your house.
Can
That's
I
what all
just-
the Enron executives did.
Can I just say, as a veteran, I was happy to serve, and as an American, I'm happy to pay my taxes. I sort of feel like we all groan about paying taxes, and yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do, and you could sort of, but if.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't mind paying a fair share of taxes, but when you're getting raped, that's a whole different animal. My house up in Chicago, when we sold it, was almost $12,000 a year in taxes. My house here is much nicer, and it's $2,400 a year. So how can you justify that kind of tax? And the schools are no better up there. I had no sidewalks. All I got was snow plowing. That was it. What am I paying for? I was on Well and Septic.
$12,000.
This
is
insane.
a full show discussion
right.
that I'm sure none of us really want to get down in the weeds into. I will say that having lived in D.C., having lived around the country, Chicago is really it's a unique place.
It's a great city.
Yeah.
It's broke. The state of Illinois system is screwed up.
Yes, and we just
elected
elected a new group of people, and there are some people who are still in other offices in the state that maybe should be in jail, but that's life in Chicago, life in any major city, actually life in any city. Unfortunately, our best and brightest rarely go to serve. There are notable exceptions throughout our history, and certainly in both major parties. I will say that if we're talking about politics, the risk that's being loaded into the economy by unnecessary tariff wars has had an effect on the real estate industry, and so and frankly the construction industry. To the homeowners that are out there listening that are wondering why when they go and buy a light fixture it's 30% more, that's because of a pissing contest between our federal government and China and other producers that make the goods that we buy for our homes.
And so then the other side of that coin is that you can find fixture B, which is about the same money but happens to be made in America now because it's now cost effective. So it's a matter of jobs going overseas. I mean, it's the global economy is quite ridiculous or complex, I should say, not ridiculous.
Right.
And it's nothing that gets solved very easily, but there's no skills here anymore. We are a society of consumers, period.
We're a tertiary economy, right.
Yep.
Anyways.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with Osh Nissan, the Northside home guy, right after this. You're listening to...
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Hey, Bear fans, there's a
Are we good? Clear? Okay. No, because I came right in perfect that the announcer was saying it right when I needed to, so then he won't.
The top of the NFC North. Relive the magic from the hiring of Coach Matt Nagy.
Testing, 1, 2, test up. There we go. You there, Rich?
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Yep.
You just got a text message.
You okay there? I didn't touch a nerve.
Yeah, I know. I got a ranch manager at another property. Call me as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Who cares? You got stucco guys that are supposed to show up.
He's managing his jobs on the air.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't get away from it.
It's really complicated. I'm sort of hopeful for the new governor, but until Madigan goes to jail, we're kind of screwed.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
But I don't think it's a reason to leave the
it's-
state. It's not. I mean, you live in a place.
Well, I didn't
because
leave the
you love
state
place.
because of that.
No,
I
I'm not
left the
saying you
state
did.
because
I'm
I had
saying-
other opportunities.
No,
but
you mentioned that other
When you
people
look
have.
back, though, it's just insane. Well, you're losing 78,000 people a year.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to get stuck with the bill.
But
you
that's
know
the
what?
baby boomers
That's
moving.
That's okay. We're we don't want the not hardcore Chicagoans. They can go.
Okay. I'm on you. Okay.
And supplements delivered to your door each month. And it all starts with a simple quiz. Look, the journey may be hard, but this part, it's easy. Go to GNCforyou.com. Take the free quiz.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents. And Doug.
Limu, I love how we're always looking out for each other. Kind of like how Liberty Mutual looks out
That's
for you
fine.
by customizing your home insurance. So you only pay for what you need. Limu, why didn't you tell me about the uncovered manhole? I was literally just telling you. Limu, I had no idea you could swim. Liberty, 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 liberty. Only pay for what you need.
See, I work construction. I build things. I don't know if y'all realize the pressure a man like me's got on him.
This is Mighty House.
You can join us Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Mag Erad. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And our Twitter handle is @MightyHouse. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Fleur helpline. It's 877-711-5611. And you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Fleur cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can learn more at MrFloor.com. All right. So we've got Ash Nissan, the Northside home guy, in here, and he's with Dreamtown Realty. And he's also working just like you, Rich.
Yes.
Rich is taking text messages and answering stuff during the break, and so's Ash.
Absolutely.
Gotta be working.
Always got to be working.
Yeah. So
until I'm done with work, and that's when you crack that first drink and you just stop answering phones.
Oh, he waits till he's done with work to do that?
Oh,
Yes.
see. Yeah, there's a little difference. Okay, so we were talking a little bit of real estate. So is there like a price point that seems to still be moving? Like, maybe there's starter homes or like up to 400,000 that those are still moving, and anything over 400 isn't? Or is there a price point that seems to still be doing pretty good? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I guess I don't see it that way. I see it as there are micro markets where there's still some activity. Think mostly urban dense areas.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can tell you stories of. I'm just thinking through, like like inventory, like my own homes that I'm representing, homes that other brokers that I know are representing. Sort of like thinking of one under 300K that's well priced for its area by a lot, and sitting there, and then another one that's priced right around $1 million in the same kind of North Shore market that is sitting there. And so I really think that Rich, hit on something with the, with all the, kind of one thing was all the risk being loaded into the economy with tariff wars and all the stuff. Another thing is kind of the crazy stuff that's going on in the market that doesn't make sense in the financial markets, where we should have had a recession already. We are at the end of a cycle,
Right.
and we've been at the end of that cycle for a while. We should have seen some
11 years,
some retrenchment.
Yeah, it should have been a correction.
Correct, and
not necessarily a recession, but it should have corrected
Right.
itself or had a
so
fall back.
technically speaking, a market correction,
Right.
if it lasts 2 quarters, is a recession, right?
Right.
So, it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to drop 30 points, but it anyway. So a market correction. And it doesn't necessarily have to significantly adversely impact the real estate market, because the conditions that set up that we don't see those conditions building anymore. There's not high growth rates in real estate prices.
So let's shift from the economy to the other major factor, is that the change in the IRS rules over the last bunch of years, and I mean this goes back 12 years, whatever, it doesn't pay to own a house anymore. There's very little deductions. You can only deduct $10,000 as a standard deduction, so you don't get full interest. You don't get full taxes. Why bother buying? I'd rather rent. You know what I mean? It's gotten crazy where home ownership isn't what it used to be.
Well,
okay, but just because the government isn't incentivizing home ownership, why would you?
Because when the roof goes bad, I don't have to come up with $10,000. I call my landlord and go, "Hey, you need a new roof."
See, and that's another thing. I think when you look at the buyers today, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
What is the age of the buyers that you've got?
Millennials are looking.
Are they?
Yeah, it's not. There was a pocket of time right after the Depression. We'll call it the Great Recession, which people like to call it.
Yeah.
It was long enough to have been a depression.
Yes, it was.
And where millennials were staying at home with mom and dad, and you had 25 and 30-year-old kids, living in their parents' basement. They have moved back into the market. And if we were talking about, let's say a typical fall market is 60% of annual sales. I'm sorry, spring market is 60% of annual sales, 50 or 60%. Then the fall market is about 25%, 30%. So let's say 60 and 30, then you've got the 10% spread in the interstitial space, like 5% over the winter, something like that. And then 5% in the other times of year. We would typically see in a spring market a representative cohort of millennials whereas there were all these discussions about how millennials are not going to buy, but they are buying.
Okay, that's what
I for sure have millennial clients, and I'm not just talking anecdotally about me. I'm talking about the for example, Inman News has had articles about how millennials are in the market. So I don't think it's an age cohort thing, and I don't think a lot of the market sees it that way. I mean, people get to a certain place in life and they want to be more stable. I think maybe that's being postponed a little bit, but a lot of that has to do with I think the way people are seeking advanced degrees. People are you've got kind of, it's sort of like now when we all had a high school, like guys our age had, a high school diploma was what was needed, and to kind of get a job and get by. Now a bachelor's degree is absolutely like a high school diploma was back then, and most people that are kind of
depends what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean,
I don't
obviously
need that to
I'm
get in trade
shorthanding
school or whatever. But
no,
yeah.
you're right. But then where are all the trade schools anymore? I mean, Washburn Trade School was this it was a city within a city down on the south side of Chicago, and it's vacant, like it's a feral cat colony and a place where homeless people live. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
No, you're right.
So that's its own shame. We need. You aren't wrong to say we need to get back to rebuilding things, Rich.
Yep, that's true.
Getting
no,
those
we do.
skill
And
sets.
I mean, it's difficult to kind of get it turned around. I mean, I've always said that the biggest reason why we have this student loan debt crisis is because the government has been willing to raise the ceiling on what they will lend.
Yep.
Which then allowed universities to overcharge faster than the pace of inflation. When you see 10% increases per semester and inflation's running at 2.4%, you know you're getting screwed. And then the government's going, we'll just loan you more. So they're setting them up to fail. If they actually kept student loan debts, you could only borrow $40,000 over your career. Guess what? Somehow the universities would make tuition work, and they would live on a budget as well. It's just free for all.
Well, that's a complicated
Sure, everything is
issue
these days.
But so what if instead of or as one piece of that puzzle, you said to everybody, we're requiring national service of everyone. Now, it doesn't have to be in the military. It could be in the Peace Corps, in the Senior Corps, in the Green Corps, in the whatever Corps. And like in return for X number of years of national service, let's say 2 years, you get a 4-year degree, and we'll pick up the tab in lieu of paying you. So we'll pay for like some minimal amount of expenses for you to just get by, or whatever. We'll provide housing and meals or whatever it is, and then we'll pay, and then in lieu, like as a benefit, we're going to pay your tuition at any public
But that's
university.
just it. They're not paying your tuition. Taxpayers, government doesn't pay for anything. Taxpayers pay for everything. So every time somebody says, we'll have the government do this, you're in my pocket. It's not the government.
Okay, how do you think the national parks got built?
Probably the same way, but there's still tax dollars.
Works Progress Administration and Christian Conservation
My
Corps.
grandpa.
Thank you.
Building roads.
Absolutely. I mean, the Eisenhower administration built the national highway system. I mean,
he signed that into law in '56 because he was impressed with Germany's mode of transportation and the Autobahn.
We
and the
only
connection.
ever see the costs of things. This is the ridiculous argument. We never see the benefits. So the benefits of a national highway system meant that private companies and private citizens could increase their ability to move around the country, which reduced costs of moving goods and services to market.
But it also made the country more secure.
Absolutely.
And then we came up with the Interstate Commerce Commission, who's set up a bunch of rules and regulation to make it as difficult as they could, even though the road's nice.
Robbie and I are going to go for a breakfast. We'll be back.
Nice.
McDonald's is not too far.
Robbie, please save us, because
All right, I'm going to save you right now.
That's
and
right.
Rich is doing his
We're coming
best-
up on a break.
his best old man get off my lawn routine.
Let me just add this right
Absolutely.
now. In the beginning of the conversation, you were talking about like Washburn. Are any of you familiar with Coin College?
Yeah,
No.
I think they are.
They are.
They are the trade school.
They are a trade
Okay.
school right here in Chicago. They have a hands-on training for we call it HVAC.
Yeah.
Heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration. Hands-on training completed in less than a year. They have electrical construction and planning where you can get your degree. They have electrical construction and maintenance. In 42 weeks, you can get a diploma. They also have medical assistant, medical billing, and coding specialist, and pharmacy tech. Many years ago when I was in advertising, I went to them to talk about doing some advertising. So I'm very familiar with them. And, that is a good
Can you give
school.
a number for a coin? Can we do that? Is
It's
that
on
okay?
State Street. Yeah. And right now, just go to coincollege.edu.
And how do you spell coin?
I'm sorry, COYNE.
Okay.
And according to Wikipedia, the school was established as a branch of the Coin Electrical School of Boston in 1899.
So, so it's as builders and tradesmen, all in one and all of us here. It's good to know that there's a trade school out there. You know what else is an awesome trade school?
Yeah. What?
The U.S. military.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They will train you to be an HVAC guy or a doctor or about anything you want to be in the world.
Yep.
My son and I were having this discussion. We saw a Marine Corps commercial.
How old is your son?
My son is 12. Jonas said, "Oh well, I'm not sure that I don't think I need to be in the military. I'm going to get to go to college, and I'm trying to swim in the Olympics." My 12-year-old son says, and I said, "You know where the best swimmers in the world swim? They swim for the Coast Guard.
Or
they're
the Navy.
the rescue swimmers. Yeah, Coast Guard and Navy got the best swimmers in the world. So if you're looking to get into a trade, or get yourself a world-class education, don't forget the U.S. military.
It's an option.
And just so you know, they do have night classes and day classes, so you can work and go to school at night for HVAC, electrical, construction maintenance, everything. That new classes are starting January 6th.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Clutter Clarity next. You are listening to
Mighty House.
Mighty House. This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Well,
Ash, did you hear I'm collecting mice? They're so cute. One was only as big as my thumb.
You know, I collect them too. I take
No!
a
No!
nail
No!
and I nail them to the board.
No.
And so they're all lined up in my garage.
No.
12 gauge with bird
I'm
shot.
sorry. I understand that it's icky or whatever. No one will ever convince me to set traps and kill them. No one will ever, I've looked up that they carry diseases. Yes, I get it. They're living in my oven. Yes, I get it.
It's nice and warm in there.
It's nice and yeah. That's I open the warmer drawer. I put the
And
trap
it rarely
in.
gets over room temperature.
They're in that warmer drawer. I just open the drawer, take them outside, put the trap back in the drawer. Every day I do this. But you can't convince me to kill them. I can't. They're freaking adorable.
We the world needs its share of tree-hugging hippies, so there you go.
I can't. How can you kill an animal?
There's enough balance of old curmudgeon here that we need a flower child like you.
Yes.
$115,000. And that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers pay for real stories. Credit approval required.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents. And Doug.
You two, my office, now! Limu, Doug, you're being transferred across town.
If it bothered
'Cause
me,
they
I'd
haven't
kill
heard
you.
that Liberty Mutual
No.
customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
No, it's because Limu keeps eating the chips on
good to know the
Janine's
sense of
desk.
scale.
And her keyboard, and her expense
Ron doesn't
reports,
bother.
and her stress balls, and her...
Liberty. Only pay.
Are you looking for a new ride? Ready to leave gas stations in the dust and speed away down the highway? 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds? Well, here's your chance. The Illinois Solar Energy Association is raffling off a 2019 Tesla Model X, the award-winning all-electric SUV. But you need to get your tickets soon because only 2,500 will be sold. So how do you win? Go to store.illinoissolar.org. That's store.illinoissolar.org.
Buy one raffle ticket for $100 or the 4-pack for $300. All raffle proceeds will fully benefit the Illinois Solar Energy Association, a nonprofit working to advance solar energy development throughout the state of Illinois. The winner will be drawn at the ISEA member meeting on December 5th, 2019. Anyone in the continental U.S. is eligible to win, and you don't even need to be present at the drawing to claim your prize. So get your tickets, the rules, and all the other small print details at illinoissolar.org today.
Gotta build fast. Cement drawing. All right, let's see. English side ruined. Must use French instructions. Le grill. What the hell is that?
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611
and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
All right, podcast previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. You can give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. And the Klein Tool of the Month will be the KTB2 portable job site, rechargeable battery, and flashlight. Give Trixie a call at 877-711-5611, and she'll take your name, put it in the Mr. Floor tote bag, and at the end of the month, we'll have a drawing, and hopefully you will win the Klein Tool of the Month.
Good morning, Trixie.
And if you want to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how do you do that?
Oh, go to mightyhouse.net, click on the Contact Us page, just put in your first and last name, your email address, and scroll on down, click on Boom, done.
Boom, done. Just like that?
Pretty much that easy, yes.
Wow. There you go. All right. Are we ready for Clutter Clarity? Do you have something for us, Robbie?
Yes, but I'm responding to Max, who said, can you put more equipment in front of Robbie? I can still see her.
Nice.
And my first thought is, how rude.
But then?
I think he wanted to see me. But I'm not sure. So I'm responding, saying I'm not sure.
And just so he knows, we try to move that arm to the other side, but she keeps putting it back on that side for some reason. I don't know why. She likes it on her right side. We move it to her left side and set it up for the left side, and then she sits down and moves every. Yeah, there you go. Just
yes,
like
now
that.
it's not in front of you on the camera as much.
Yeah. See,
no, it's still in front of me.
Scoochie over to your right just a little bit.
Scoochie
over. There you go. See, right there. See, that's all you needed to do.
Scooch a scotch.
Right there. Right there. Perfect.
Now, talking to the mic.
I can't do that.
Yeah, see? There you go. Boom, done. How do you like that?
I don't know.
More better?
Now you have a better perspective on her gray moo-moo.
See, this is why when we were talking about, things that irritate me that I could kill.
There you go.
Ron would never, Rich, all day long, would insult me. Ron never.
You can watch us.
It's a sweatshirt.
Uh-huh.
It's what's that one? The one that's like the sleep blanket?
Uh-huh.
And what I was going to say was...
Clutter Clarity is powered by what?
Nice to hear a knowledgeable and reasonable person on the air like Ash. I was going to say that somebody commented, but I'm not going. Mr. Floor.
Mr. Floor.
Thank you for the non-comment.
I'm not.
This Clutter Clarity powered by Mr. Floor Cleaning Products? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Andrew, turn her mic down. Turn her mic down. Do you have a disarrangement disorder? Can't seem to get that jumbled hodgepodge pile of chaos in one place? Maybe it's time for a little disposal, a little cleanup, a little eradication, evacuation, liquidation, and purgification. Here's Robbie with a tip on how to put some neatness into your disorder. This is Clutter Clarity on Mighty House.
Save me from this prison.
Lord, help me get away.
Oh, Asha's signing in.
Let's go.
Go for it.
'Cause only you can save me now from this misery. Now I'm like a flight attendant. I've been lost in my own place, and I'm getting weary. How far is heaven? And I know that I need to change my friends' ways of living. How far is heaven?
Lord, can you tell me?
Yay, Ash!
Thank you.
No, thank you.
You have a backup band.
Yeah.
What's Rich do?
Yeah. Rich is just shaking his head.
Why?
Because you keep screeching into the microphone.
Screeching. Ow.
Like,
It's not the singing, it's not the clapping, it's the screeching.
when I went, yay, Ash!
We're
It wasn't quite like that.
We're within grabbing distance, Rich. So I'd encourage you not to upset the beast.
Don't poke the bear.
Okay, first of all, yes, it's don't poke the bear. It's not upset the beast.
What I can tell you is Clutter Clarity is powered by Mr. Floor. Mr. Floor cleaning
beast.
products are all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com.
I am not
All right, go.
a beast.
Who said you were a beast?
He said, let's not upset the beast.
Oh, well, yeah.
I
Okay.
said that. I'm sorry, I'm screeching. I'm just going to stand back here so I'm not screeching.
No. Stand
So
up, get into the mic.
what clutter needs to be clarified?
Well, I went to a new client yesterday. It was really interesting.
Oh.
Because
So what was her name?
his name
Client X.
Oh,
his name was Andrew.
Oh, okay.
And here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to go completely off. So you were texting all of us last week, Andrew, and the first three letters of your last name are M-O-R, right?
M-O-E-R.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that'd be
Oh,
four
is this
letters.
about
but yeah.
that text you
Yes!
sent me?
That was
Andrew
the
Mo.
weirdest.
Confused.
I
I'm
was so confused.
Hey,
So
Mo.
all of a sudden, I start getting emails from Andrew last
Yeah.
week, and he's just sending me pictures of antiques.
Not
and
me.
And it
It's a
just
different
says,
guy.
like, so what do you think? Like, that's it. Like, so what do you think? And then I look at one of the headlines and it says, I'm back. What do you think? I'm like, I have no idea. So I'm responding back and forth. I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, well, can you help me? You know, what's our next step? Here's some pictures. And I'm going back and forth. And then at the same time, the text messages are going back and forth with you. And I'm like, why aren't you asking me on text messages? Blah, blah, blah. So I finally figure it out. It's a new client. Andrew, M-O-R, are the first three letters of his last name.
So because you never see the full name at
Yeah.
the top of your phone.
So I'm assuming you are sending me pictures of antiques that you want me to help you sell on eBay.
That is not what I did.
I'm sending text back
So
to him saying, well, maybe after school one day I can meet at your house.
I didn't get that one.
No, I sent it to the client.
He sent it to the other Andrew, the Andrew Moore.
Yes.
Not the Andrew Marshall.
And he's like, I think you have a kid in school. And I'm like, oh. And I'm talking to him, new potential client who I've never met, like I talked to Andrew.
Nice.
So it went really well.
Confusing me, just like going through it again.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know. I've actually said, Andrew, usually you're so detail oriented. I don't understand what the heck you're talking about.
I didn't
And
get
he's
that
like,
either.
I am. I didn't send it to you. I sent it to the other Andrew. He's like, I am detail oriented. Anywho, so I met him. Thank goodness all is forgiven.
And he hired
you anyway.
And he hired you anyway. but clearly you must be a listener to the show to understand that this is the norm.
No, he's not. Never met him before. But what's interesting is he has a bunch of collectible things, antiques. He has lots of old newspapers from the 1800s,
Wow.
specific things like all in plastic. So he has that. He has a lot of his grandmother's things, like really cool, odd things I've never seen before. Lamps, and he has a coffee table from colonial times.
Wow.
He bought it in the 80s in Cape Cod, and he can't find the provenance that he had with it. But I'm like, if you can find that, what the heck? Why is it over? Darn. I didn't even get to talk about my points. We're going to have to Can we start again at the top of the hour?
Sure. We'll start next hour. Stay tuned.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House.
I just like the last bit you just said because I'm just going to get mad at me, but I'm like, there was a point coming?
I have the text that I sent back to Robbie. This was after my choir concert. I said, that's fine, no worries. I haven't gone antiquing in a while, but it's one of my grandparents' favorite activities.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to close it out.
Yeah.
After you said, I've lost my mind. Another Andrew, I mistook you. I was so confused. And then I said, I'm suspecting that this was not meant for me, but thanks for a fantastic show last Saturday.
Yeah. Okay, suck up.
Yeah, he is.
And again,
I'm
he's
politely
talking about
telling you, what are you sending me? This is not me.
Right. Yeah, I know. And you're
Suck
talking
up
about.
says Robbie, who says Ron never ever bothers or upsets her.
He doesn't. I don't know why. He could say the meanest things. He doesn't.
Wow.
But he could, and it just doesn't bother me.
Wait a minute. No. What was... No, something last week. Oh, yeah, I upset you last week. Or maybe it was a week before.
What'd you say?
When I said you're not besties with Paige, that's why she didn't tell you every little detail.
How did you know? And I was going to just tell you a Paige story.
Oh, yeah?
How did you know? Okay, so
Which
his
my daughter.
daughter works at the gym that I go to.
Okay.
I love it there so much, and I was looking for somebody else, and it's a very nice hourly rate. The people there are just fabulous, all the employees, and you get a free gym membership. And she just joined that gym, and I'm like, don't join. And I know somebody who works there 1 day a week. That's it, and gets a free gym membership, and it's a very expensive gym. So anyway, every time I go in there and I go to the guys, I'm going, is Paige in there today? And like 2 to 10, her hours are 2 to 10. I'm like, good, because I really don't want to run into her while I'm naked.
Okay.
That's the only reason that I'm asking.
Okay.
Is she in yet? Because, she works the locker room
Mm-hmm.
is one of the places. I'm like, I just think that would be kind of awkward.
Uh-huh.
I have a client who works there. I haven't run into her naked yet, but we've taken
What
a class
happens
together.
in women's locker rooms?
Yeah. I mean,
Guys don't look at each other. They don't talk to each other.
You don't want to know what happens?
Unless you're in there with like your lifting buddy, and you'd be like, you're not looking at him. You're just saying like, oh yeah, good workout or something
All
like that.
you
and
guys
like,
are naked in the locker rooms. First of all, I know that. But women walk around from, okay, this is what they tell me.
I don't go to locker rooms, so maybe that's...
Okay, so...
I think she was watching some movie
No.
where all the guys were naked.
This is
in
what
the
I will
locker
tell
room.
you. First of all, I will tell you, as you probably can guess, I talk to a lot of people all the time because I'm yap. So I talk to the
No.
trainers at the gym, and we talk about stories about what we see in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like the one lady I saw completely naked, leaning against the mirror, picking her zits. I'm like, I don't need to see that. Women walk around all shapes and sizes. Well, the guys tell me what the men do at their locker room completely naked is they put their foot up on the counter and they take the hair dryer and they dry their privates with the hair dryer.
No, you only saw that in that one commercial just because they thought it would be funny. But I don't know any
I-
guy that's ever done that.
I have never. I lived with men for a long time, and I never saw
44 all in one room.
I'm just telling you, this is what we are comparing stories
was
about
no
what the
junk dryer.
guys.
No, that's that
Get
one
out of the shower.
I don't know
out
that
there
commercial.
creepy
Towel quickly and like
no
gear on and go.
No, my nephew is 16 and he is afraid to go. He's like.
So this
he's,
must be a bougie workout place.
It is.
Oh.
But he's gone with me a couple times, and we've taken him like meet me through the locker room to get to the swimming pool, and he's like, I will not shower there. I will not change there. He gets sweaty at the basketball court, and he will go home and shower. He's like, no, everybody in there is naked. Just sitting around doing their stuff naked. The women are too.
Maybe
They all
it's like Boys Town.
no, it's not. Well, the women do too. I mean, lots of different shapes and sizes of women, and they're all walking around naked. Or my favorite is they'll have like a towel on their head and walk around naked. And then I've seen some with a towel around their waist, and I'm like, there's more. Cover more. Yeah. So anyway, back to my.
Maybe it's just like an unrealistically prudish approach to a locker room. There are people who should be naked at some point in the process.
In and out of the shower. There you go. Putting your drawers on.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen things. I don't want to get into discussing things, but there are things that I don't think women should do in front of other women ever. That's the privacy of that stall. There's a reason there's a stall there.
All right, I think we're moving on now.
yeah,
yeah.
we can move on.
We're
But
moving
point
on, yeah.
being,
So anyways,
I don't want to run into Paige
let's
naked.
argue some more about the economy.
No.
Does Paige, has she said anything? Does she like it?
Yeah.
They
she's
love
having-
her.
Yeah, she's having fun there.
Yeah. So the one guy comes up to me and he's the one I told Paige about, and I told him about Paige. And he's like, just tell me, what is her name? Samantha or Paige? And I just learned that.
Uh-huh.
So I was able to say, he goes, I interviewed with the greatest person, and I thought it was Samantha, but you're saying Paige. He's
Are
like,
you a-
I can't find her. And I'm like, it's Paige or
Are you
it's
a
Samantha.
Led Zeppelin fan?
Yeah. I listen to all kinds of stuff, but yeah, I don't know why. Is it in particular?
Jimmy
why?
Page?
Yeah, Jimmy Page.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's not why.
Oh, okay.
No. I just like the name Page.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's like, oh my gosh, I wanted so bad to hire her, and then I got confused on her name. I'm This is her. Yeah, it's awesome.
How many offspring?
Huh? Her? Huh? A minute and a half? Is that what you said?
Oh, then we could re-talk about clutter clarity.
Well, we're going to start clutter clarity. I think we just started again. What do you say?
No.
Let's just do a part.
No.
Part two.
It'll be fast.
I already uploaded it.
Oh, you're
It's already processing
It'll be
on the
really
website. I've
fast.
already exported the video.
Yeah, but now she's getting to the point, so this would be the good part.
It was a
you had,
fast.
You had 8.5 minutes before the hour.
This
It was a good point.
This is clutter clarity 1.1
60.
coming up.
It'll be a
next.
fast point. It's just a fast, just quickly. I'll just say quickly.
Well, the elm leaf beetle and elm flea weevil
So you tell me
are
what
the
I can do
two
with
main ones
my
that hit the elm
mom's,
trees, the hybrid elms.
Elf leaf beetle,
Elm leaf beetle.
elm leaf beetle, and the flea.
Elm flea weevil. Yeah.
Okay. Easy for you to say.
Sundays, 9 to 11 a.m., 1590 and 95.9. Chicago's Smart Talk.
Here's what critics are saying about Playtime with Bill Turk and Kerry Kendall.
I don't even know what this is.
I have my review right here, and I think you will find it to be fair and even-handed.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell. You're not even interesting enough to make me sick.
Fine, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh, the humanity.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Sundays from 1 to 3 right here on WCGO, 1590 AM and 95.9 FM.
Here I come to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House. This is a radio show for people with problems. Home improvement problems, that is. Send an email now to robbie@mightyhouse.net or call into the show at 877-711-5611. From foundation leaks to roof repairs, the Mighty House team is on the job. You're listening to Mighty House.
I'm Ron Cowger. The Mighty House team is back with hour 3 of the show. You can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Maggie Red. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. We're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday. MightyHouse.net, TuneIn.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. Podcasts and previous shows available at MightyHouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on HomeImprovementUSA.com. Find links to all of them at MightyHouse.net. Video clips of the show are available at MightyHouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And our Twitter handle is at Mighty House. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611. And you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can learn more at MrFloor.com. There you go. And if you want to sign up for the Klein Tool of the Month, give Trixie a call at 877-711-5611. And you'll have a chance to win the KTB2 portable job site rechargeable battery and flashlight. And we'll be giving that away at the end of the month. Your name just goes into the Mr. Floor tote bag, and we'll have a drawing. Andrew generally will draw that, and we'll be sending it out to you then if you win. And with that, Ash is still in studio with us. He is the Northside home guy.
Good morning.
And he's joining us. Are we going to redo the Clutter Clarity
No,
thing?
I just wanted to wrap up a couple things.
Okay, so this is Clutter Clarity 2.0, brought to you by Mr. Floor. Go.
Mm-hmm. So I was talking about meeting this person, and he had all these collectibles from his grandma, and he had really cool things. And one of the first things he said to me is, I'm spending a lot of energy on these things. And I knew exactly what he meant. He didn't mean like time. He meant not physical, like mental energy he's spending. And he does not have a cluttered house. You know, he has beautiful things. And he's just like, you know what? I want my energy to go elsewhere. And I got it. And he said, nobody gets it. And so we talked about what I usually talk about with people. Like, for example, I was telling Ash at the break, he has a colonial a handmade table from the colonial period. So it could be, 1700. And he said, so I said, okay, so the thing we do is I say to people, what's the least amount you would take for this? What do you think it's worth? Because a lot of times, like, let's say someone says $50 for the table. At that point, you can say, okay, you know what, if it's $50 or less, I would rather just keep it. So what is the lowest point that you would take for it? And he goes, it's not about the money. I want someone to cherish these things as I have cherished them. I'm like, whoa. No one
Mind blowing.
ever says that. And he goes, it's really, really not about the money. And he has some really cool things. So we were talking about the newspaper articles or whole papers that he has. And he pulled it out and he was reading some articles, to me. I think he just wants someone to really, really enjoy what he has. And I said, well, where's your alma mater? Why don't you donate some of these things? The Holocaust Museum, I'm sure, would take some of the newspapers maybe he has from, the war. I don't know.
Era.
It's something that we can look into. He donated some things to an African-American college down south. He said, I don't know that I should be holding on to these things. Maybe they could use them. So basically finding things that people would appreciate. And then he brought out a bag of his grandmother's costume jewelry. I'm like, do you have kids? And he's like, yeah, I have daughters. And I said, they would love this. And he said, well, I don't want my daughters to have the hoarding tendencies that I do, although he's not a hoarder. And so he said, I'll let them each pick 2 things. I'm like, there are some really cute things, again, nothing super, expensive or anything. But he just has such a positive attitude. But the things that he saves were like, he shows me this like glass blown, ugly clown. And he's like, look, somebody actually gave this to my parents for their wedding. And it's ugly. I've never seen anything like it. There's no marks on it. He goes, well, they're not together. The marriage didn't last. I'm like, why are you saving this? Because we've never seen anything like this before. But it's ugly. It means nothing.
Sounds like somebody who needs to go on the Antiques Roadshow.
Yes.
But I don't really, well, except for like the colonial table, I really don't think things are,
that level.
That level. But it's so funny. I'm like, well, then, move on with the glass ugly.
Put it on
clown.
eBay. See if it sells. If it
Exactly.
sells, great. If
Yeah.
it doesn't,
And that's kind of what he thought. He's like, I don't have the time to do these things, so I'm asking you to help me, which is fine.
Nice.
Back to your Norman Rockwell plates. Do you have other? So again, at the break, you were saying that your grandma,
My mom.
your mom collected Norman Rockwell plates.
Yes.
Do you have other things from your mom that have more meaning to you? Or is this the most meaningful thing that you have?
Just that she taught me how to cook Puerto Rican food.
Is your mom Puerto Rican?
No, she's.
Yeah. My mom's Puerto Rican. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like, why?
She's
Okay.
Irish. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I do have a small beer stein collection that came. So my mom was a waitress most of her life.
Okay.
And I do have a small beer stein collection that came out of that, that came from her.
And
which
that
I really
is
appreciate.
meaningful.
It is. I love them. I think they're beautiful
Yeah.
works of art. Often these things were cast and like a certain number were made and then it was done. Like and I even have, and if you're really lucky, like you still have the toppers, which are like these ornate often pieces. I have one that where there's a like part of the topper part that connects to the handle of the stein is a cannon.
Oh, wow.
So it's sort of, and that way you can sort of use the cannon to like lever up the top. There's all sorts of cool things.
That's like the first generation of these things, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's cool.
Except maybe in Ron's case, they carry the same thing.
Right, yeah, they do. See?
So what about the Norman Rockwell plates? You have this cool collection of the steins.
Yeah, I have
Why
like
are
20.
you holding on to the Norman Rockwell ones?
Because my mom gave a darn about them. I don't really like, we had to go and like disassemble a storage container full of my mom's life, and I just felt bad throwing them away because she cared a lot about them. But I sort of feel like, I think about like all the Hispanic guys who don't have like a lot of money, like the guys I grew up with, and like they would spend all this money on like rims for their car and like tricking out their car, and in my mind it was always like, why are you spending money on something that's going to rust, like a depreciating asset? You're just throwing money away. And in some ways I think that about my mom's plate collection. Like I thought, well, maybe she knows something, like maybe they're going to be worth some money at some point, I don't know, but she loved them. I mean, she loved Rockwell and she loved his paintings, and so I've got like, I don't know, 20 plates or so that are sitting in the back of my brake front. And just on the break, I said to you, for the listeners out there, that I don't know what to do with them. Should I sell them? And Robbie's answer was, well, you really can't. There's
Goodwill.
sort of, yeah,
So
give them away to Goodwill.
I'm on eBay
there's no value in them.
I'm on eBay right now looking at sold listings for Norman Rockwell plates. There are 574 listings of sold ones. The only ones that seem to have any value are their sterling silver ones. So there's sets of, 3 that sold for $150 of sterling silver. The next
And that's
set,
probably for the silver in them. Then.
Yeah, for the silver. The next set down, there's a collection called Rediscovered Women Plates, which I've never heard of. And those are collectible. So those are maybe like in the, here's a set that only sold for $33 for that. But,
So
most of these.
we can use them as regular plates or get rid of them. Oh, wait a minute. They'll work as like what's the thing on the bottom of a pot when you got a plant?
Yes,
the little saucer,
tray,
the saucer for
water
the pot.
tray, so you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So I can use them as water trays.
Yes, you can. Now, the other thing you said about eating on them, I would, there's.
Oh yeah, right. There's paints and.
Right.
Yeah.
Gina got caught up in that, the Michael Jordan plate thing, and she has tons of those. And if you go online, they cost less today than what she paid for them because they're collectible, limited editions.
Yep.
They were limited to anybody that would purchase them.
Right.
Right. And if you're looking,
it was
now,
a limited run.
Yeah.
To everyone.
If you're looking now, so I looked at the sold ones just to get an idea of what's selling and how much.
Sure.
There are 13,492 lots, listings, yes. Not plates, but there are listings.
Yeah.
So
it's sort of interesting about the things that people care about. Like my dad, who's elderly, just gave me all of his stamp collections, and like I don't care about stamps, so like I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna hold on to them, so they're just sitting there and they'll be held on to. And I do have his coin collection though. That's cool.
Mhm.
And so me and my son and my daughter
save
occasionally
what's
do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
and
there you
get rid of
go.
the rest, right? Thank you, Robbie, for clearing our clutter.
Oh,
there you
boy,
go.
oh,
We'll be back right after this.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Claire? You okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's something on his email.
Yeah, he's reading something, I know.
No, my mic's turned off, I believe.
No, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
No, there we
You're
go.
Lima Charlie. Oh, sorry.
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you hire a professional to do remodeling work on your home, you need to know.
All right, for you guys
So-
who can see this.
Rich, the
Oh, that is nasty.
the argument
But somebody would pay big bucks
there
for that
is
too.
that
Well, they're
if we have
listing
a
it for $300.
if we have a country
But I
full
couldn't
of
find this is a specific
better educated people, can you
brand.
imagine the innovation
But I'll have to
that
look
we
because
would
I couldn't find
be
any
able to
markings on
draft
it.
off of?
But can you imagine getting that for your wedding?
If you look at other countries
Like,
that
what
are
are you
really
saying?
eating our
Right.
lunch, like China, look at the percentage of GDP that they spend on
But I'll
infrastructure.
have to look where the
it's
marking
like
is
double
on
ours.
this and see if that's what
So
it is.
it's a misnomer. You hear a lot of people say that we should manage our federal budget like people manage their house budget, and it's an easy throwaway line that some.
Yeah, but I think the other side of that though is
7063. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
This is Tom Scared for the board. Each year, nearly 2 million
Okay,
children
sorry. Go ahead, Rich.
die from preventable disease.
that's right.
Each day, 30,000 people die from hunger.
Okay.
500 each hour are children. The Borgen Project is turning this around. We need your help. To learn more, go to borgenproject.org. That's BORGEN project.org.
Are you looking for a new ride? Ready to leave gas stations in the dust and speed away down the highway, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds? Well, here's your chance. The Illinois Solar Energy Association is raffling off a 2019 Tesla Model X, the award-winning all-electric SUV. But you need to get your tickets soon because only 2,500 will be sold. So how do you win? Go to store.illinoissolar.org. That's store.illinoissolar.org. Buy one raffle ticket for $100 or the 4-pack for $300. All raffle proceeds will fully benefit the Illinois Solar Energy Association, a nonprofit working to advance solar energy development throughout the state of Illinois. The winner will be drawn at the ISEA member meeting on December 5th, 2019. Anyone in the continental U.S. is eligible to win, and you don't even need to be present at the drawing to claim your prize. So get your tickets, the rules, and all the other small print details at illinoissolar.org today.
Play. There we go.
I thought it was Tesla.
Well, the job was going smoothly. 2 more days and we'd be done.
Tesla.
We came in right on budget, man. This
That's the
job was
opening
so much fun. But I knew the fun was over when the client said, "Hey, son, my wife and I've been talking. There's some changes we need done." That sink's just what we asked for, but my wife thinks we need to. So cut another hole in the counter, boy, should be an easy thing to do. I know we asked for stainless, but we prefer that it be white. The oven's on the left
Now could you put it on the right? Why don't you make up your mind?
We did everything you said. You've got to
Make up your mind.
I can't read what's in your head. Well, I'm running out of patience. I'm running out of time, and you're running out of money, so you can make up your mind.
Blue pastels, oyster shell, pink and Kelly green.
These just aren't the colors I saw in the magazine.
What's wrong? It took so long.
It seems like that to me.
Can't you do it in a week?
Like Ty does on TV. All right, podcasts and previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, and on HomeImprovementUSA.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. You can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now, brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Maggie Rad. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and hit subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. And you can give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. And if you want to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how do you do that?
Yeah, go over to mightyhouse.net, click on the Contact Us page. Just put in your first and last name, your email address, scroll on down, and click on Boom, done.
Boom.
Boom. Just like that.
Boom, done.
Yeah. We're driving
Rich.
Andrew crazy.
Oh. Hey, can I mention something?
You can mention it.
Could we possibly stop you?
If you insult me just a little bit more, yes, you can stop me.
Go.
Okay. Another client I went to got a quote for moving, and this I found was a little bit interesting. So many people nowadays have exercise rooms, workout rooms, and the mover said, well, we have to have a third party come in to take apart all the...
Disassemble everything.
Disassemble and then reassemble it. How much for like 2 pieces? Nothing like elaborate.
$1,000.
$1,000.
Sorry, what are we taking?
To move
apart?
all that heavy equipment.
But it's not. That's
Was it a weight deal, or was it just like bicycles and stuff?
It was a weight deal, but it wasn't one of those huge, 4-sided square things with all the pieces all around. It was not big at all, and I was shocked that it was so. It was actually.
You know why? Because nobody wants to do it. So when nobody wants to do it, the price goes up.
Yeah. So he's going to probably end up just leaving it there for the next person.
And that's what everybody does.
And buy it.
Osh, weight equipment stays in the house. It
Sure.
goes with the house, right?
Sure, of course. Hey, the owner is willing to part with it for you.
That's right.
So let me ask you a question, because he has other things that he's not interested in.
Actually, contractually, just so that we're serious for a second, contractually, they have no right to leave anything. And like it can delay the
Charge
closing.
for the disposal.
Yep.
Of said.
You know what? That's what I was going to ask. So he's going to ask the new people, like, hey, I have this kitchen set. I have an outdoor grill. I have this, that. Are you interested in any of this?
Right.
So what they're not interested in, they have to remove.
Absolutely.
So there are so many people have those
Empty and in a
humongous
broom clean condition.
entertainment centers that take up a whole wall. Like those huge
If
wall.
they're mounted to the wall, that's a fixture.
It's
If
part
they're-
of the house.
Is it mounted or built in? So anything could be mounted to the wall, right, Ron?
No, bolted to the wall.
Bolted, yeah, like a TV. You bolt it to the wall.
So is that a fixture? No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
what is the
electronics-
definition?
Oddly, electronics, they don't. So here's the weird thing about that, just to be. Technically, the TV you take, but
The bracket stays.
The bracket stays. And anyway, no, I think we encourage our clients to remove the brackets well in advance and patch the walls.
Yes.
So tell me back to the wall unit. If it's because you want to put like safety things on so it doesn't fall over.
That's different. If it has tip brackets, safety, that's not secured to the wall.
Correct.
So what is secured to the wall then? I need to
Multiple
know for tomorrow morning.
Multiple screws holding it to
Your
the
kitchen
wall.
cabinets.
Like, yeah, your kitchen cabinet is a perfect example.
Yes.
Because it's definitely
But
not
even light
built in.
fixtures, because you can do that's one of the things too that kind of gets caught. You can sort of do the bait and switch. I mean, if you have nice chandeliers in the house, it says all the lighting fixtures must stay, but you can switch them out. They're still lighting fixtures. It's not right, and some people got in trouble doing it, but you need to be sometimes more specific if it's a fancier
We
fixture.
write exceptions into the contract, say like
Exactly.
except dining room light fixture, and
Right.
and then we just verbally say, well, we'll replace it with something if you'd like something there, and often we just put in a, can I say boob light?
Huh?
Mhm.
Those little
round globe, cheap one, $4.
Yeah, the
box store.
Yeah, they're $9 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. There
So
you go.
You can say that, Rich. Yes, you can say the round globe cheap
The
box.
boob light. That's what they are. They're for closets because
No. I'm sorry.
Bulb.
You're talking about the full globe. I'm talking about the thing that's like a half globe that you buy in 2 packs at the box store for like 20 2 packs for like
The
20
fluorescent
bucks.
ones?
Oh, they can
Well,
be
they got
fluorescent.
LED.
Sometimes
Or
they're
the LED
they're,
now, yeah.
Or LED, or sometimes they're just. I like the A19, the screw-in,
Light
because then I can, if the fixture dies and a little rant about pre-assigned fixtures, so like fixtures that have the lighting technology already in them. When the LED fails, you have to replace the entire fixture.
Sure.
I find
Yeah.
that completely insane. So if
But the LEDs will last usually 20 to 30 years.
yeah, okay, have you had an LED last 20 to 30 years?
Yeah.
The LED bulb I had over my kitchen sink was 13 years when I left, and it could still be on today.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I never turned it off, though.
So for the buildings,
But there are some that just go out right away.
So with my real estate hat on, I manage buildings for investor clients, and we have many times had to replace bulbs when we put in LED bulbs. They just don't. The drivers fail
Right.
is typically what ends up happening.
Well, and most people don't do it, but like on new lighting fixtures and that, because we supply and install 100% LED in our houses. Okay, so even if it calls for a bulb, it's still an LED bulb, and the bulb
right,
way
and that's
better.
all I'm saying is that the A19 bulbs, the medium base, like the kind everyone used to
And
screw
just
in,
call the
as-
medicine base.
Yeah.
Those if you buy the same light fixture with the neutral technology with a medium base opening,
Correct.
then you can screw in your LED bulb, and if the LED driver fails in the bulb, you just unscrew it and put in another one, as opposed to having to unmount the entire fixture and remount
Put
it.
it up. Yep.
Can we
The
get
only
back
thing
to
I
me?
do like though is I get the
No.
the flush the 1x4 or 2x4 LED panels
Uh-huh.
that you stick on like laundry room ceilings and
Yeah,
stuff or
yeah.
garage ceilings.
Yeah.
Those are very cool because they're
Yes.
so thin. It's just like
amazing.
a lump in the ceiling. I mean, they're almost flush, but they're gorgeous looking.
So
and
so
the
you
light is awesome.
Yeah.
you sell a house and you do the final walkthrough and they left some stuff there. What do you do?
Well, I
Because you said that could hold up.
so it's only happened
Should
a few
be caught
times.
on your walkthrough 24 hours before
Yeah,
closing.
it's only happened a few times, and it was in situations where somebody was moving out coincident with closing. Usually people move out a little bit in advance. But I I happen to also have a small construction business, and I just send a guy over and have him clean it out. I mean, it's not worth a fight. It just isn't. If there were a lot of things, I think we would reach out. We'd have our buyer's attorney reach out to the seller's attorney and explain what they have to do to remedy it, but it just never come up.
Right. So when you're talking about like the exercise equipment, if the new people don't want it and it's $1,000 to move it, what do you do with it?
1-800-GOT-JUNK or, something like that. Just call them and have them haul it away.
All right, because that's still going to be.
No, it's still
Sell it on Facebook. Facebook has a marketplace. It's really awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Or just give it away free. Come haul it away.
Yeah.
Because I'm just picturing this wall thing. It's what I mean.
Oh,
You've seen a million of these.
Yeah.
But people don't have these anymore.
No,
they're big and they're beautiful.
I'm looking for a wall-mounted rowing or lat pull down if that's a thing. If you've got that available.
I'll let you know.
If you're clearing somebody's clutter, that includes a lat pull down.
I'll keep that in mind. Special price.
Nice.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, because I'm sure that happens to other people too.
It does, but normally it's like stupid things like some paint, some like and so there's a thing in construction and in sort of house ownership and transfer of ownership called attic stock. So Ron and Rich, you want to talk to people about attic stock?
It's leftover paints that you don't need all of it, a gallon or tile.
Yeah.
Wood planking from
all the time.
For like what's that? Bruce
floors. We do that though. I mean, on all of our homes. I mean, I keep minimum 6 or 8 pieces of every tile used in the house. We throw either if you have a closet or it's attic stock. But at least the initial owner appreciates it. You know what I mean? Because if you have a warranty issue, I have matching tile.
Right.
After the warranty period or second owner where they want to remodel, it's all garbage at that point.
Sure. I tell people all the time, you don't need all these old rusted things of paint. They're like touch-up. I'm like, the touch-up is not going to match. It's just not going to match. The quality is going to be, maybe.
Okay. So we should take a minute
to talk
about
the other thing, though, Robbie, is you can go to box stores now and you can buy just the little jars or cans. So yes, you can keep some touch-up paint and you put it in a plastic jar tightly closed. It will last, and it will match. Well, other than fading,
fading.
Or dirt.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can do it that way. But I agree with the best thing to do is do an Excel spreadsheet. Just put your paint codes right on it.
There you go.
That's what I say.
Ha ha ha! Wait a minute. I want to just say a big thanks to Rich because I just sent Ron a paint schedule for a house I did for him.
There you go. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more right after this. You're listening to
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
He didn't say it. He didn't say it.
I didn't say it because you were so close to it. I let the speaker do it.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Yeah, if your timing's that tight, then I know not to do it.
Oh.
See?
Sorry.
Rich and I have a system.
Sorry.
It doesn't always work, but boy, once you
I
started, you
often
should
have
have
to
just
come here and
finished it. You just can't
apologize
go
for doing
Mike.
things.
Yeah.
No, never apologize. If you have to apologize, then you must be doing something wrong, right? So you're not.
Right.
Never.
So we should mention a few things about paints and attic stock and paints. And like, it makes sense to keep paints, but there's a right way to store them. You actually store them upside down until they self-seal. You never store them in a garage or an unconditioned space not because the heat, but because the cold will curdle the.
Can we wait till we're on air?
No, yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah.
He's on air.
Well, yes. Hi, everybody who's watching.
Hi. We're going to say that same thing again.
Yes,
Sorry.
we are. No, we are.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
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 Anybody have any lutefisk?
Huh?
Fish.
It's lutefisk is fish that's been preserved in lye.
Oh.
So sorry is Minnesotan, right?
Uh-huh.
And lutefisk and muckalucks are like a thing from the Northlanders. Do we broadcast into the Northland?
We're broadcasting worldwide.
Andrew?
We are worldwide right now.
Worldwide?
Is Matthew watching right now?
Who's Matthew?
Well, somebody just said I didn't know if I should ask you for a shout out for somebody, and he said no. So I'm like, well, then I have to find out.
Okay.
So what was the comment before? I mean, besides
About
He-
you
just tell him how
and
great he is.
wonderful you are.
He wants to know how good he is.
That comment, just about you and John.
What?
Relax?
So the word relax causes her to freak the
Wait.
hell out?
He wants us to play this.
Wait, I was telling you that somebody said that you're wonderful, and you said to me, relax?
This is Mighty House.
See, Andrew,
in general,
you get all concerned about what's going on in the show and the timing.
Sure, you messing with the beast.
Yes.
He's poking the bear.
your
The
kid.
paint
Promo.
topic, or when
Seriously.
somebody said
You what?
you're wonderful? Which topic are you talking about?
What? I'm sorry, Andrew. What'd you say?
I said that
matter. I'm not going there.
I should cut out the bit where he said, let's not poke the beast.
Right.
Send it to Michalski.
Yeah.
He'll work his magic.
Yep.
And we have a brand new promo for the podcast, too.
Yes.
To live on for eternity.
That's
Nice.
right. There you go.
Absolutely.
So you did cut that out?
And I didn't,
Okay.
but I
You-
can
you
try.
can. Oh, sure. Go for
I
it.
find the exact moment in this 3-hour show.
Right.
The long
Well,
file.
the first time you
Find
did
it.
it, though, what was the first time? Was that in the second hour? I think it was in the second hour.
I wasn't here between 7 and 8.
No, 8 and 9 you were, and now
Yes.
it's 9 to 10. So we're in the third hour now, by the way, Ash, if you didn't know.
Time stops.
I'm not even.
We are almost done. We got less than a half hour to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, if
you
we're
tell
on the air, we should maybe get back to the paint topic.
Oh, sure.
Are we on?
Okay.
Are we really on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Good morning, Radioland.
That's what he said. You guys are just blah, 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 right through the open and everything.
Nice.
And
Thank
Andrew's,
you, Andrew.
And Andrew gets all flustered because
And good morning,
It's so
Trixie.
unprofessional.
we are so unprofessional. It irritates him to work with us.
That
Yes,
is
it
not
does.
true.
Yes, it is.
I run these shows like a Swiss watch.
You
back
do,
there.
but the problem is
We don't.
So the
we are not. We are,
The talent should have
The problem
room
isn't
to
the
do whatever
technical
We're like
they
stuff.
want.
The problem
gremlins.
is the talent.
yeah, and all we're doing is putting sticks into your spokes.
And-
That's all we do for 3 hours.
And Andrew, to be
True.
clear, when you use the phrase talent, you use that very loosely.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
The on-air talent. Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
On-camera talent.
So we were talking about paint and
Storing attic. What did you call it?
attic stock,
Attic
which
stock.
includes extra, as we said before the break, maybe laminate flooring pieces in case one gets scuffed or damaged, tile in case one gets cracked, and perhaps the paint colors that you use. And so Rich made a really great point that what you probably should do, in point of fact, is keep the manufacturer, ideally, the
paint code,
the paint name, the paint code, and the finish, the sheen that you got it. So
Right.
it might be like, to use a common available box store one, Bear Premium Plus or Premium Pure Ultra in satin, and this lychee color with this paint code M259 or something like that. And that way, if you ever need more of it, you can just have more made. Easy peasy. You stick it in an Excel file with all sorts of information about your house, including like names and serial numbers of
there's some
equipment and
websites
year
out there.
installed and stuff like that.
And was that
Yeah,
Rich?
and there's websites out there that allow you to build your house into it. I think Lowe's does it. Some of the box stores do it. You can set up a house account, and it'll track your purchases and also your paints and things. Which they're trying to get you to buy from them more, which obviously is the smart side. But there's ways of doing that. House file.
Yep. All right, let's go to the phones. And who do you have on there, Andrew?
Larry from Nashville.
Hey, Larry.
He's replacing his roof.
Okay. Hey, Larry, you're on Mighty House. Thanks for holding on.
Hi there. Yeah, I'm. Well, this is a little complicated.
Okay.
I'm in Nashville, but my daughter, my son, and I own a piece of income property out in California.
Okay.
Out near San Bernardino.
Oh, that's
And
where I was stationed.
And so it's a 3-flat.
Okay.
But it's all one level, and we need to. It has a double roof on it now, but we're going to get a tear off and replace it.
Right.
My son's doing getting all the bids and everything, and he's a very smart guy, but not too smart about construction.
Okay.
And so I know a little bit, but I'm not fully
enough to be
versed.
dangerous.
Enough to be
So anyway,
dangerous.
Huh?
Enough to be dangerous.
Enough to be dangerous, we say.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. I gave up before I killed myself.
There you go. That's good.
I burnt the house down.
There you go.
So anyway, I know there's different grades of shingles and different weights of felt and stuff. And if you guys are replacing this is probably about 22 to 25 squares.
Okay.
And if you're replacing this, what weight felt and what type of shingle would you use? Because we're going to be getting quotes, and we want to give the specs to each person.
So you're getting the
we
same
get a
thing.
quote from.
Right. And
yeah,
Rich,
so we can compare oranges to oranges. You know?
Right. So Rich, I'm going to turn that over to you because you're the Southern boy. I'm going to tell them how to do a bunch of stuff wrong, being from the north.
Well, I mean,
side
it's
here.
also California, so
Right.
I mean, I don't know if they have some other things they require, but I know one of the things I always complain about is I want to make sure that whatever you're putting up there is pretty much non-flammable. So I'd look into a metal roof even.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I would if you're doing an architectural shingle, you have to look at the structure. It's an older building. The roof may not have been designed for that extra load, so you might be stuck only using a 3-tab shingle. Because a 3-tab is was it 200 pounds a square, and a architectural is like 270 to 350 pounds per square. So the added load could actually cause problems to your rafters. But if you're going with a standard 3-tab on a tear-off, you're going to remove all that. You're going to go down with a 15-pound felt, which is no longer 15 pounds. But do that. Ice and water shield at all of your edges and drip lines and valleys. And
even in
probably
California?
looking with a tear-off around $280 a square. So it's somewhere around $6,300 for 22 squares.
Okay, even in this, you guys are still putting ice and water shield on their gutter lines?
Who, me?
Yeah, in the South.
We're required to do a secondary water barrier because of the hurricanes. So we actually do the entire roof in peel and stick.
Got it.
The shingle is there to protect, or the tile is there because tile's not waterproof. So the tile roof leaks, and it goes on the secondary water barrier. I actually have peel and stick as a base sheet, peel and stick as a cap sheet, and then tile.
Okay. So in Southern
There's
California,
no way water can get in.
in Southern California, you're still going to use an ice and water shield? I just didn't think you were going to.
It's a water shield at that point.
Right.
No,
Never
it's not for ice
freezes,
damming. It's
and,
for water.
And they don't get all that much rain. You know.
Right.
Maybe once or twice once or twice. Maybe a couple months out of the year.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Rich,
it rains some. It rains some. It's mainly dry. That's why you have so many fires out there.
Yeah, and
right.
And with all the fires,
a water shield is a good idea, though.
Yeah.
Let me write this
is a
down
metal
here.
roof a consideration for you out there? Would you guys consider putting on like a standing seam metal
Well, you know,
roof?
this is a property we're probably not going to keep forever. You know,
right?
Maybe 3-4 more years.
But still, I mean, when you go to sell it, that's going to be an advantage.
Yeah. It's
a big selling point. A standing seam metal roof will outperform almost any other type of roof, and it just if the architecture works, because it doesn't look good on every house. Don't get me wrong, but it's a great product, and it tends to burn less.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never ever seen a metal roof in any home out in California.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anybody out there that's qualified.
Well, that'd be the next problem, right? Because in Chicago area, you can get a metal roof, right? They'll ship it in for you, whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy I use down in Florida,
in Tennessee, we can get them here too. You know.
Right.
But
There's one
what I use down here, we do
far
a
away.
roll-off like you do seamless gutters. We have the truck. We run our roof panels right there on the job per size, so there's no waste or very little.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Well, cool. Does that help you out there, Larry, or confuse you even more?
Okay. Now the shingles are rated by the year, right?
Yeah, they've got lifetime shingles now. I would go with a GAF lifetime, which is like equivalent to 40 years.
It's beeping there. I didn't get you.
Okay. GAF lifetime.
GAF.
Yeah. Owens Corning also makes a good shingle.
Okay, but if you buy a lifetime shingle, is that warranty transferable? Because if it's not, and he sells it in 3 years, what's the point? Might as well put 10-year shingles on.
Well, yeah, but I think they're
No,
all...
that's what I mean. Check the warranty and see that it's transferable.
Yeah.
Can I go with? Can I just put a little real estate perspective in here?
Sure.
So people will pay for the upgrades that you do. So if you and I'm not necessarily you personally, but like in general, when an investor is investing in capital expenditures to improve the asset, the market will return that value. So we've had these discussions with investors where we'll advise them to invest in hard surface countertops, quartz, granite countertops, nicer appliances, nicer finishes. Not particle board vanities, but wood vanities. And the reason is that over time we see good return on investment when a person is buying an asset. An investor sees the value because they know that the better equipment that goes into a place, they're going to be able to get higher rents. They're going to get better credit score tenants, so on and so forth. So some of this is stuff we don't have any knowledge of at the moment because it's where micro market are you in? How is that asset performing? Like.
Yeah, right.
And if a potential buyer looks at that house and knowing it's in Southern California, knowing that there's fires, and sees it's got a metal roof, I mean that's going to be a selling point.
Let me back up too, because a metal roof only protects you from ash that falls on the top. But the other thing would be to do a spray foam, a non-vented roof structure, and close all your soffit vents.
Yep.
Because the soffit vents is what's actually causing the house fires.
Yep.
They're the
They
convection currents pulling the ash up there, and you got cellulose insulation that tends to burn well.
Yeah. So
the location of this property is in a town called Redlands, and
I know Redlands.
Maybe 40 miles from San Bernardino Mountains. It's not up in the mountains or close to the mountains.
Right.
And so the chances of fire getting down there.
Right. Well, that's good. That helps.
All right.
That was just a topic because it's in the news.
It would be.
All right. Hey, Larry, we got to take a break.
You wouldn't want to know how.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
Okay.
We got to hit a break. All right, appreciate it.
A break.
Okay. And there we go. All right. So, interesting topic there about roof and structures and what needs to be done there and what kind of roofing to select. So
it's amazing though, depending on where you are. Like we don't call it ice and water shield. We just call it peel and stick.
Ah, got it.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's the same product.
Yeah. I just didn't see they would need it in Southern California. That's why I was
wind-driven anything.
Yep, that's true. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and close this show up right after this.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Trust is key.
Oh.
Without trust, you don't have a business.
I have one quick comment
Okay.
from somebody on YouTube.
Okay.
So let me get that.
Oh, you're following the YouTube thing too?
Trying.
Good.
Who is Max?
Max.
Chagrin?
Max Chagrin, yeah.
Who is that?
Mark. Why? What'd Max have to say?
Max is the one who said that you couldn't see me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
watching
okay.
on there.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's like more equipment in front of Robbie. I'm like, how mean is that?
There you go.
It's just how you interpreted it.
Well, now I think he was being sarcastic.
You cleaning your mess up, Osh? Your Italian was getting to be a little bit too much, and you knocked over your club. Yeah, he was speaking Italian.
Did you just know this? Find this out? Did you do a DNA test?
From Capital One could do for your business. What's in
Okay.
your wallet?
Real Capital One customers pay for real stores.
But you're a quarter Italian. That's a lot to not know of.
You see this hammer in
right?
my hand?
Yeah, I'm gonna find that stud finder. What does it look like?
And a level.
What is a level?
Don't you know what a level is?
Yeah, it's something you advance to in a video game.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
We're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And our Twitter handle is @Mighty House. And with that, if you want to sign up for the Klein Tool of the Month, give us a call, 877-711-5611, and tell Trixie you want to have your name put into the Mr. Floor tote bag. We will be having the drawing at the end of the month, and we are giving away the, let's see.
KTB2.
Yes, KTB2.
Rechargeable flashlight battery pack thingamajigger.
Yes, from Klein Tools. So that's the Klein Tool of the Month. And with that, I think we're going to close it. Yes, Robbie.
Okay, just real quick. On the YouTube channel, Bruce said...
Why does her mic sound so crackled?
Because it's on the left. That's why. Now watch this.
No, I think he's turning it down now, so it's working better. Because she doesn't talk into it, he pushes it up.
Right.
And then when she does, it goes over.
Right.
So a while ago, you guys were talking about LED fixtures.
Right.
LED.
Yes, LED.
I know. And Bruce said you have to read some LED you cannot be used in enclosed fixtures. So I'm not sure you guys were talking about maybe when things are moved against the wall. You said you have a light bulb that's 13 years in your house. There was some sort of topic. Can you talk about?
Yeah. So what Bruce is saying is that if you put an LED, a medium base LED, like screw it into a fixture, and then you put a globe, a piece of glass on top of it.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's boob shaped, then the heat buildup could cause failure of the driver, and it's a fair point. My sense is, I probably should read it. My sense is that the stuff they sell at the box stores is probably built for enclosed fixtures because they make a lot of that stuff.
Well, and I would agree with
homeowner-proof.
that. The other side of that is because the driver and the whole thing, I mean, if you rip one apart, because I always have to see how stuff is made.
Yep.
It's a circuit board in there and all that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, like most electronics, if it does not fail in the first year, it will not.
It's going to last a long
time.
time.
So that's why, saving your receipts and all that kind of stuff, I know it's a pain, but that's why it's important, especially if you get them from Big Orange, because they have disappearing ink. Like you save your receipts, but within a year, you've got blank paper.
That's true. That drives me nuts.
Yes, that's why I always make copies of those receipts.
Can I solve that for you instead of wasting photocopy paper and time? Just register your credit card on your Pro account with the...
I can't have a Pro account no more.
The Pro, okay.
No, when I closed down Vision Design and Build, when I moved, I had to close that account. And they said, well, if you close it, you'll never be able to have another one. And I said, that's fine. I know where Big Blue is.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I haven't been to a Home Depot in a long time.
In any case, for the average homeowner, you can set up an account. I don't know. I assume they have, like you said, there's some way where you can sort of register yourself. I know we have Pro accounts and then on the veteran topic, Home Depot, Lowe's, the box stores, they Menards, I think, I'm not sure. Home Depot
they have a sale things going on, I believe.
We'll give you 10% veterans discount.
Mm-hmm.
So when I don't,
and that's not just Veterans Day.
That's all year. And I've on the veterans message board. Sometimes I guess there's some local manager discretion. So some of them only give discounts on certain suites of items, but where we are, we get them. We get the discount on everything. I tend only to use it on really big purchases.
Yeah.
But it's out there for you.
Yep. There you go. Yes, Robbie.
Bruce, if they did not answer your question, please email rich@mightyhouse.net.
Yeah. We did.
I'm just saying, because he's watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
And, maybe he had some other comments or something.
No, it was a good comment. Like, is it rated for an enclosed fixture? And I'm saying I think that the box stores probably make their average bulb rated for enclosed fixtures.
Okay. Yeah. But we're not following YouTube later.
The LED box
we're not following YouTube later, so I just wanted to comment that if you're watching us on YouTube, we really appreciate you watching on YouTube. If you have any comments on anything that we're talking about today, email us. Post it on our Facebook page or email Rich.
Or YouTube. You can put it on the YouTube page.
At mightyhouse.net.
Yep.
And Bruce is giving us a thumbs up. So thank you very much for understanding what I was trying to say. Appreciate you all listening on Facebook Live. Appreciate you listening on the whole list of things that you have.
YouTube.
Periscope.
Yeah.
All the other things.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. And I know we have 1 minute left, but you mentioned veterans again. Thank you for serving. Thank you for serving. Thank you for serving. Why are you shaking your head?
Because we don't have a minute left.
Done.
So, and Ash, I did Google that, not using them in enclosed fixtures, and that is exactly it. Some odor and, yes, burning up the drivers.
Yep.
But look,
But he says they are labeled that way. Read the box. It will be labeled not for use in an enclosed fixture.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with them.
Thank you, all you veterans.
I've never had a
And
problem.
active.
I've never had a problem putting LED bulbs.
And Gold Star families.
I've never had a problem.
I never even
putting
gave it a thought. No, I haven't
get it
either.
out.
I never gave it a thought.
There you go.
All right.
Gold Star moms, dads, and spouses.
Get through this thing in a minute.
I don't know. Everybody's
Start at the
talking over
bottom.
each other right now, so
it's chaos.
Yeah.
It's typical.
So, okay.
And
what's the phrase from Ghostbusters? Dogs marrying cats.
I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, it goes something like that.
All right. So there you go. I've never had a problem with LED bulbs burning out in a light fixture that was enclosed. So, buy quality light bulbs. I think you'll be fine with that. So, next up, Ash, give us your information again in case somebody actually wants to sell a house right now.
Yeah, so if you're in the
Or buy one.
in the Chicago area, I and my team are happy to be of service. If you're buying or selling, thinking about investing in a multifamily property, give us a call. My name is Ash Nissan, the Northside Home Guy. I'm at 847-644-9177. Or you can find me at northsidehomeguy.com.
There you go. And is it a good time right now for investors maybe to start looking at properties because the market is kind of soft?
So I sort of feel like if you are in an investment, you should hold it. And this is, I feel like we do a lot of research around this.
If you have an investment property now, hang on.
Hold
to
it. If you don't have one, keep your powder dry a little bit. We want to get through the fall, and let's just see where the economy takes us. You could create an opportunity where if there is a market correction, you could pick up an asset at a distressed price, and that could provide some good return on a short hold asset. If you're looking for a longer term investment, really anytime, because really you're making money off of the cash flow that it creates. So wouldn't it be nice to have a few extra grand income per month while you're sitting on a beach somewhere?
There you go. All right, Ash. Again, your phone number
is 847-644-9177.
Look, squirrel.
Squirrel.
He said, wouldn't it be nice? You said see more butts. I was singing, wouldn't it be nice to live
or
together?
at northsidehomeguy.com.
There you go.
And I was singing.
Podcasts and previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on HomeImprovementUSA.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. Video clips of the show are available at mightyhouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. Klein Tool of the Month is the KTB2 portable job site rechargeable battery and flashlight. Conversation continues all week long on Facebook and Twitter. If somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich,
go run over to mightyhouse.net. Click on the Contact Us page. Just need your first, last name, your email address, and scroll on down and click on Boom Done.
Squirrel it on down. Follow us on Facebook at Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is at Mighty House. Next week, we're going to talk with Ann, and she's from the Evanston Rebuilding Warehouse. We're going to talk about their training program and their job placement program they've got going on over at the Evanston Rebuilding Warehouse. We'll have another Mighty House tip of the week and Clutter Clarity. In between that, we'll be taking your calls. 60? Wow. I was hammering through that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, you now have a lot of time left in your hands.
43 seconds.
So now they do this.
Okay, so
stretch.
No,
well, you can do the last two sentences.
No,
by
I
just spelling
absolutely
the
do.
words.
Say something.
Just another thanks to all my fellow veterans out there.
Yes.
And happy Marine Corps birthday one more time coming up here.
There we go. For Trixie, Andrew, Rich Calgill, and Robbie Earhart.
I smell bacon.
And the entire Mighty House team, keep it square and level.
Until
next Saturday.
If you have any questions during the week, you can always post them on Facebook and Twitter. Join us next Saturday for more home infotainment. Mighty House is a Square and Level Media production.
Mighty House.